All right, testing, testing, testing. Perfect. Sorry about that, folks. You were probably expecting the incredible dulcet tones of Mr. Greg Wilson, who normally hosts this channel. And if you are not familiar with Bag of Giving, if you haven't been watching, you may not recognize my voice, but my name is Brandon Crilly. I'm one of the co-founders of Bag of Giving, our little streaming series here on Greg's channel. And thank you very much for coming out for our event tonight. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Bag of Giving and what the plan is, and then I will be turning it over to our players for tonight's game. And I will say to those of you in the chat, this is my first time running the stream on Greg's behalf, and so if there's anything clunky with the audio or anything clunky with the video, please do not hesitate to let me know in the chat. I want to make sure that I do Greg proud, and so I would appreciate that. But hopefully everything goes smoothly. So, like I said, my name is Brandon Crilly. This is Bag of Giving, which is if you've never seen us before, is a series that was put together by myself and fellow author Mike Underwood, also known as Turbo Tangle, who I can see in the chat. Hi, Mike. And the purpose of Bag of Giving is essentially to bring together creative folks, authors and agents and people in writing, and play some games and do some one-shots of a variety of types and themes and styles and whatnot, as well as do some good. And in this case, or sorry, I should say in this month, we are specifically focusing on a charity from the United States called the National Alliance for Mental Illness, or NAMI, which are specifically supporting healthcare workers and mental health supports for healthcare workers. As I'm sure you're aware, with the pandemic, things have not been great for healthcare workers, and they've been on the front lines for 2 years now, basically. And NAMI is attempting to provide them with some much needed support, and so we're trying to spotlight them with some giveaways that you can enter and win. But I will talk a little bit more about that during our break, because I don't want to take too much time away from starting our game. So tonight we have a game of Masks, the Next Generation, which is a kind of superhero antics sort of game. I'm sure our GM tonight, DongWon Song, will tell you a little bit more about that. And so I am going to turn it over to them. I am going to interrupt their Zoom call and let them know that I'm about to unmute for them, and I've probably cut off whatever lovely conversation they're having. And so I'm going to switch it over to them. I'm going to mute myself, and I hope you enjoy.
It's a Powered by the Apocalypse game where everyone gets to be teenage superheroes trying to figure out who they are in the world. My name is DongWon Song. I'm going to be GMing this tonight. I'm a literary agent, and this should be a good time. Let's do intros. So Sarah, you want to start us off?
Hello, I'm Sarah Gailey. My character tonight is Riptide with a Y, always styled in all caps. And the playbook I'm using is the Transformed.
Alyssa?
Oh, yeah, sure. My bad. I'm sorry. Hi, guys. I'm Alyssa Wong, and my camera's fuzzy, but it does that sometimes. Sorry. I am playing the delinquent, whose name is Yale Harvard. That's all you really need to know.
And I'm Kate Dollarhy. I am playing the Doomed playbook, and my character is Erebus.
Excellent. Alyssa, I feel personally attacked. So first thing, I want to start off with a little bit of a content notification. Masks is a superhero game. The whole idea is that people are playing teenage superheroes, trying to figure out who they are, fighting alongside their mentors and things like that. Because of this group being who we are, I just wanted to flag that we're going to go in a little bit more of a horror adjacent direction than the game is usually set up for. Just some general content notes for body horror, which is definitely going to be coming up. There's going to be some tooth stuff and some dentist stuff. So just if that's an issue for you, just letting you know. And general cosmic horror vibes. So everything should be pretty light. We're not like going to go deep in on like gore or anything super unpleasant, but just want to flag for you that if those are issues for you, that no worries, may not be the right stream. So aside from that, yeah, where am I at? This is my first time GMing in public. I've done a lot of GMing personally. You'll note that this group is very comfortable with each other because we actually run a home game as well. So that at least is nice, but you know, we're gonna have to figure this out. This is also all of our first time playing masks. We kind of know the system. We did a session 0. We did talk through the rules. We're gonna see how many of those we remember and how much we need to figure out on the fly. And if you are a deep fan of the system, I deeply apologize for what we're going to do to your precious child. But mostly we're going to try and make sure that we tell a good story and have a good time. So with all of that said, I wanted to do a little bit of introduction to the system itself. So again, each of the characters are playing superheroes. They all have moves that are specific to their playbooks. But there are a set of general moves as well. And, you know, before the stream, we're talking a little bit of confusion about those. So I'm just going to go over them real quick. And then you guys should ask me questions if you have about how these work, just so we have sort of the baseline familiarity with like how things unfold. And then we'll start diving in. Yeah, exactly, Mike. It's all hacking, right? Okay, our basic moves here are to directly engage a threat. That's one of your main moves. You roll plus danger. On a hit, you trade blows. So that's basically any time that you are taking on something that is significantly dangerous. So one thing that's important to internalize about the moves is you guys are superheroes. You're very competent, you're very powerful, you can do a lot of things, right? So if you're like, I want to knock out that random civilian who has no powers, who's just kind of there, then you can do that. You are strong, you are powerful, you're very good at fighting. Why you're attacking this poor person, who knows? But directly engaging a threat isn't just for knocking somebody out. Directly engaging a threat is for fighting something that's challenging. So fighting a group of armed goons, fighting a superpowered villain, taking on, you know, a military unit, those kind of things, right? So directly engaging a threat is, as the move implies, you actively engaging with a dangerous situation. And to do that, you would roll plus danger. Again, this is PBTA. So anytime you roll, it's going to be 2d6, and then you add the relevant score. There's, what do they call? Label, that's what they call them in the system. So the next one would be unleash your powers to overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses, roll plus freak. And again, using your powers, you can use your powers anytime. If you can fly, you can just fly, right? Using your powers is to overcome a particularly difficult situation, to push your powers to the limit, to do something they're not really intended to do. Anytime you're like, hey, I want to do this weird thing with this, or I need to, you know, you're strong enough to lift a bus, but now you need to like lift a whole building, right? Or whatever it is. Okay, moving on. The next move is comfort or support. When you comfort or support someone, roll plus mundane. On a hit, they hear you, they mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels. So that's anytime you're really trying to support one of your teammates and help them, you know, either overcome a negative thing that happened to them, so someone shifted their labels in a way that they don't want, or they've been forced to take a negative condition. Pierce the mask. When you pierce the mask, see the person beneath, roll plus mundane. Pierce the mask is a way to basically try and intuit what someone else is doing. You can use it against one of your fellow teammates. You can use it against an NPC or a villain. You know, you get to ask a set of questions. You know, these are like, what are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? There's a set of questions that are on your basic move sheet, and we'll refer to those when you roll Pierce the Mask. Defend. When you defend someone or something from immediate threat, you roll plus Savior. And basically that allows you to either take influence or protect somebody. It's anytime you're acting in defense of another person in your environment, whether that's one of your teammates or civilians or a villain or whoever happens to be around. Okay, assess the situation. When you assess the situation, roll plus superior. On a 10 plus, ask 2. This is like a very standard PBTA move. This is your looking around and trying to figure out what's going on. So, it basically lets you ask a series of questions, what here can I use to do blank? What here is the biggest threat? Those kind of things. The better you roll, the more questions you get to ask. Provoke someone. When you provoke someone susceptible to your words, say what you're trying to get them to do and roll plus superior. On a 10 plus, they rise to the bait and do what you want. On a 7 to 9, they can decide to choose 1, which basically means that they get a negative consequence that lets you act in a more superior way. And then the last one is a unique one to this system that's kind of interesting because it's sort of an inverted role. You don't actively try to do this. This is a reaction thing. So it's take a powerful blow. When you take a powerful blow, roll plus conditions marked. So the more conditions you have, the better you're at, or the higher you're likely to roll. This is one where you want to roll low. So on a 10 plus, you must remove yourself from the situation, or you lose control of your powers in a terrible way, or 2 options from the 7 to 9 list. The 7 to 9 list is you lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gains an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain, mark 2 conditions. And then on a miss, you stand strong, mark potential as normal, and say how you weather the blow. So take a powerful blow is the more conditions you have, the more likely you are to have bad outcomes to that. Once you get a certain number of those, you're going to start to have to leave the scene. Once you get to a point where you can no longer lose control of your powers, you have too many conditions, those kind of things. So questions about the basic moves? All these should sound somewhat familiar from other PBTA games, but flavored a little differently.
One question I have is in defend, we need to roll savior.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I don't see it in my playbook, but then I just clicked over to look and said I could tell you what I did see in my playbook, and it's directly in the middle of the list. So yes. Never mind. I don't have any questions.
We figured it out. That was an easy one. Any other questions?
No, but I hope I don't have to do much saving because I have a -1 in savior.
Neat. Well, we all have goals. Okay, so if you all don't have any more questions about the system, we'll go ahead and dive right in from there. So Halcyon City. This is where our game is going to take place. Halcyon City is a sprawling metropolis. It was once a center of art and culture and learning. It was sort of the center of human civilization. Millions of people flocked to the city for safety, for prosperity, to build a life for themselves and their children. Heroes protected the streets, right? This is very classic golden age of heroes, Superman types flying through the sky, criminals were being arrested, villains were being defeated, and it was all under the protection of this group called the Society for Progress. But that was then. Now, a new generation of heroes find themselves living in a dark shadow cast by the past. A city that was once gleaming spires finds itself crumbling under the weight of industry. Crumbling subway tunnels, sagging power lines, cops on every corner. The city feels haunted, dark, and strange. People report uncanny things happening all the time. Old loved ones will return for one night. A strange sound will be heard coming from a closed closet. A light in the window 10 stories up. The heroes are doing what they can, but it never seems to be enough. No matter how many villains they lock up, there's always more. And now, one of the founding members of the society has gone missing. One of the famed heroes known as the dentist. He hasn't been seen in months, and there are shadows stirring and rumblings to take advantage of this opportunity. So that's kind of the background activity. The 3 of you are connected to the dentist in particular. And I think that has been sort of a background thing that's been happening, and you're all starting to get a little concerned about the situation. You haven't seen him for a while. It's not uncommon for him to disappear. Either you'll go into deep meditative states or go on quests to find mystic objects, things like that. But it's been longer than you've ever seen it before. And you've noticed that more and more you're seeing news reports asking where he is. You'll see, on the TV or on newspapers, and then more people asking like, hey, have you seen him? People are coming by to ask questions. But all of that is beside the point, because the three of you are currently up to your eyeballs in a situation. You are in a abandoned factory where you have tracked a villain that you have been on the tail of, somebody who styles himself Dr. Evolution. You're in this abandoned factory. He's at one side of it, surrounded by a few guards, and you are currently facing off against a handful of sort of armed goons that are in between you and him. He's surrounded himself with some equipment, and he's sort of like dressed in a big white lab coat. So we'll start there. What do you do?
I think I would love for one of us to assess the situation.
Great.
All right.
Depending on who's, I've got -1 superior, so I'd love for it to not be me.
You're like,
I also have -1.
Wait, what? Oh my god.
No,
Okay.
Hey, Yale, Harvard, how you doing?
All right, it's me. I guess it's me. Sure.
Carrying us, yeah.
Well, this is the one thing I got, so let's go. Yeah, I'd like to assess the situation. Will you walk us through how to do that again?
Yes. So roll plus superior. There should be a little just dice icon next to your superior score.
Okay.
That should do it. You should just be able to hit that on your character sheet.
All right, let's take a look. No situational penalty, hopefully.
Yikes. That would be a miss.
Whoops.
So how do you think this fails? Like, what are you doing to assess the situation, and why are you not actually gleaning what's going on?
Okay, so so my powers are illusions and horrible psychic weapons. So I think my idea was to because I'm an idiot, disguise myself as a crate and just sort of inch forward.
I'm glad we're immediately into solid snake territory. Please continue.
Fantastic. Perfect.
So I think my guess is the reason why this assess the situation didn't pan out for me is because he was like, why the fuck is that crate moving? But
oh no.
But there is one thing I would like to say, is that even when I miss an assess the situation, I still, because of my move criminal mind, I still get to ask one of these questions.
Ooh, very nice.
Those questions are, what here is useful or valuable to me? How can I best infuriate or provoke somebody? And what's the best way in or past? So I think I want to know, I want to know how to provoke this dude, because, I want to know what his deal is.
You want to know how to provoke him?
Yeah, aside from sliding slowly towards him while disguised as a crate.
Yeah, so the thing that you notice about Dr. Evolution immediately is that he's wearing like a white scientist lab coat, but he's not necessarily dressed like an academic, right? He's got this coat on, but it's kind of over, workman overalls that are sort of stained and torn. He has a great deal of equipment behind him, but it all looks pretty jerry-rigged and assembled sort of haphazardly. You get the sense that he's not like, a scientist who's coming out of an institution or an academic. And, given the ranting that he's also doing, you get the sense that maybe he's a little sensitive about this fact. Like, he's somebody who feels like his genius has never been recognized, and that he's going to really prove it to everyone how wrong they were.
You know what they were wrong about?
Well, we're going to get to that in one second. Because I think the thing that happens before that, though, is he does point at the crate that's moving and yells, "Hey, hey, 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 that crate's moving." And 3 of the goons turn and immediately jump on you, on Yale. And so you find yourself being tackled by 3 large goons. What do you do?
A side note, I'm imagining Gail as someone who's maybe 5'6" and maybe like 120 pounds soaking wet. So like that's heavy.
Oh yeah, and these dudes are like linebackers, right? These guys are like the little one is like 250, you know?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna. I'm gonna get squished. Number 1. Number 2, go, "Hey fellas, how's it going?" And then I'm gonna point my fingers at them like finger guns, and I'm gonna shoot psychic teeth at them.
Okay, that sounds like directly engaging a threat.
Oh God.
So yeah, that would be roll plus danger.
All right, let's go, I guess. Ooh, wow,
Ooh, that's a 7. So let's see, where is my stupid sheet that I just had? When you directly engage a threat on a 7 to 9, pick 1. You resist or avoid their blows. You take something from them. You create an opportunity from your allies, or you impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I mean, I feel like impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition is sort of inevitable here, but I would like to create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay, yeah. So I think you point. Wait. So explain what this is. Tell us more.
Okay, so psychic weapons are my other thing, and you know, some people have psychic knives. They just like conjure cool knives and shit. I have mine take the shape of teeth. My dad's a dentist. He's around a lot of teeth as a kid, you know. He's also an actual dentist. So there's that too. They don't have to be human teeth. And I think that they can be any size I want. So, but in this case, they are human teeth. And just like a constant, like ongoing stream, like a confetti stream, horrible jet spray of teeth. But like
so just a fire hose of molars going at these dudes.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah. So I think they all charge into the crate, and then the crate just explodes in, you know, a complete like showering spray of teeth, forcing them to stumble back. Riptide, when was the first time that you saw Yale use their teeth powers, and what was your reaction?
The first time that I saw it was the first time that we got into a fight when I was in the dentist's office training with Dad, my mentor, the dentist. And I may have said something casually about, you know, feeling like part of the family. It was probably not anything about which of us would make the better child for the dentist. But I think that Yale can be really sensitive sometimes and just wildly misinterpreted whatever innocent remark I might have made. And that was when I saw the powers for the first time, because they were aimed directly at my face in the form of one giant tooth, one huge, what looks like a human canine, just point first, right here.
Yeah. What happened when said tooth flew out? Did it hit you? Did you take damage? Did you dodge it?
No, because I train with the best mentor in the entire city, who chose me to train with. Yeah. So I transformed my face into a sandcastle, and it just absorbed the blow, and the tooth was kind of stuck in there for a little while, but I was able to like wiggle it loose and then pop it out, and hand it back, because I am thoughtful and polite.
In addition to being thoughtful and polite, What's up with the sandcastle? Why was your face a sandcastle?
Because I knew that it would best absorb the blow from the tooth.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
What's
I have no further questions.
difficult about that?
Yeah,
Someone
so
haven't
I
trained
think,
with the dentist.
Yale has sprayed a series of teeth, causing this first wave of goons to stagger backwards. This is creating an opportunity for action. What do you all do?
I have a quick question. Could you praise me of the lighting situation in this warehouse?
Ooh, the lighting situation is it is nighttime, which is very convenient. There's those like big overhead lights that sort of hang down, like the big sort of cone ones. So it is brightly lit, but there is the lights are also kind of swaying from the violence that's happening in the room. I think errant teeth are pinging off of them, sending them swinging about. And there are a lot of crates and machinery stacked around here, which is very convenient because this overhead spotlighting, moving lights, and large objects is creating a lot of shadows in the space. There's big patches of very bright light and lots of patches of very dark shadow.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I think I would like to manifest in a dark patch of shadow, just right out of the floor. And then I'm trying to figure out, can I use my doom sign abilities in this moment? Or do I have to use them?
Look at your very weird abilities. So you are playing the doomed, which means that your character, as the name would imply, it has a doom that is ever approaching. Let's see. These abilities come to you with your approaching doom once you've taken all 5 dooms, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you took infinite powers. Mark your doom track to use an ability from any playbook 1 time. Yeah, so you can just mark the doom track, which is like a little 5-step clock you got here under the doom area of your character sheet, and then you can use something from another playbook.
Awesome. In that case, I would like to use my doom sign infinite powers to take the ability from the bull playbook, physics, what physics, unleash my powers to barrel through an insurmountable barrier. How do we qualify a barrier? Is a barrier like, is it a wall? Can it be 3 goons that are attacking my friend?
I think this will let you barrel through I think it is well lit around where he is, which keeps you from teleporting straight into his sort of space. But I think this move would let you crash through a series of machinery and objects and sort of send it scattering around, creating space for you to maneuver inside on the little platform that he's on where his machinery is.
Okay.
We can sort of say that this insurmountable barrier is not a physical barrier, but is in fact you destroying a bunch of the terrain and lights and stuff that he has set up that will make it so that you can exist near him.
Okay, so I'm going to forge a path to the Dr. Evolution in that case, using physics, what physics, which means I believe I rolled danger instead of freak.
Nice.
I got a +2 in danger. Any situational bonus or penalty there for me?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Hey!
It's a 10. So what does it say it happens on a 10? Does it say?
It says full hit.
Oh, no. The move, the bull move, because I don't have it in front of me.
It does not say.
Okie dokie. Yeah, well, I guess just on a full hit, then you just do the thing where you completely smash into space, you charge forward, and you have sort of created a path to get to Dr. Evolution and his goons. I think this has sort of, I think the initial goons you were dealing with sort of towards the front of the warehouse are still there, but you're kind of left them in the dust. They're still dealing with having a lot of teeth stuck in them, and also are pretty unsettled by the situation, and you've moved quite far forward. So, I think Riptide and Yale can follow in your wake and sort of charge through this opening you've created. But I think at this point also, Dr. Evolution finishes what it was that he was setting up, and you realize that he's been monologuing this whole time, and he's up on the stage, He's been yelling about evolution, surprisingly. You know, it does seem to be a bit of a theme for him. And he's up there yelling about, you know, something about the end point of evolution. He's like, you know, humanity must achieve its full potential and you know, become what it was always meant to be. And then he pauses and he goes, but you know what the problem with evolution has always been? Natural selection. The problem with natural selection is that for it to work, all these people gotta die, right? So really, I'm doing everyone a favor because we're going to evolve to our best selves and no one's gotta die. No natural selection. There's gonna be some unnatural selection where I select everybody. So we can all be evolved together. And then he hits the button. And you see that the three dudes around him and him himself are all wearing these like bulky backpacks that have like sort of like green vials attached to them. It's sort of like, it's like a very Venom Bane situation where they've got like these injectors on their back that seem to shove a bunch of needles into them and start injecting this green fluid into them. And they all start doing exactly what he said that they would do. And they all begin to evolve very quickly. Their forms start distending and shifting as they grow extra limbs, and then those limbs retract back into them. They grow gills and hair and lose their hair, and their heads swell to enormous size and then shrink back down. And over this course of the process, you see over and over again, they start forming certain patterns. You start noticing certain things keep happening to them as emerges out of these forms, as they evolve in a matter of seconds, what would have taken millions of years, as they start to form hard armor plates on the outside and they start to sprout extra legs. And their hands turn into giant claws. And you are now facing 4 massive crabs. Dr. Evolution himself has formed a crab shell around him with a one giant crab claw. You know how like when they harvest stone crabs, they only take one, so they always end up with like one tiny claw and then like one massive one. So he's got like still a human left hand, but he's got a massive claw of his right hand, and they've all carcinated. They've all turned into crabs because that is the natural endpoint of evolution. Because the horse crab is the most perfect creature that evolution's ever created. And people who think otherwise are stupid.
If you evolve perfectly the first time, baby, you don't gotta keep going.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna
mess with perfection. Yeah.
So yeah, you're now facing 3 giant crab people. I mean, these crabs are also fucking huge, right? Like they're about 10 feet tall. So you have 3 massive crabs that are now scuttling towards you. And then Dr. Evolution himself, who is sort of like a very large half crab, half person, like very Resident Evil villain, you know, mutated situation.
Gentlemen, do you mind if I go apeshit?
Please go apeshit.
I'm not sure if this is a directly engage a threat or an unleash your powers, but I wanna transform. I wanna transform in a big way.
Tell me what you want to do, and then we'll figure out what the move is.
I'd love to. Well, so on the beach that I was on the day that I acquired my condition. As is classic in our city and in the legacy of my family, we were having a huge crawfish boil. Enough to feed everyone who worked at the factory, may they rest in peace, and everyone in my family, may they rest in peace, and all of my friends, may they rest in peace. And we had a massive, hundreds of gallons large crawfish boil pot full of corn on the cob and potatoes.
I already hate this.
So much Old Bay, tons of garlic powder, tons of onion powder, tons of paprika. I follow that guy on TikTok who narrates how he puts together his crawfish boils. So pretty much just like everything that he would add in there. He has a lot of really specific like seasoning blends. I don't want to do a bad job remembering what they are. Peppercorns, tons of cayenne. Yeah, Zatarans. You got to get the Zatarans in there. That's platinum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I want to transform into that to try and then tip over and wash this boiling crab boil all over these crabs.
Okay, that sounds like you directly engage a threat to me, because you are trying to fight these 3 crabs using your giant crab boil form.
There's no way I can do it with freak because I have so much more. For
It really sounds like you're fighting
Danger.
somebody.
Maybe I'm just doing it to get information about the boiling point of crab. All right, so I'm rolling danger.
Roll danger.
No situational bonus or penalty.
Yep.
All right, boys. Here we go.
Ooh, that is a
That's not
miss.
That's not good.
Um,
I didn't season the water.
The thing is, a crab is different from a crawfish. And the thing about a crawfish is it moves forwards and backwards in a straight line, whereas crabs go sideways. So you are not expecting them to move laterally, and you think they're charging towards you when you realize that what they're going to do is run to the sides and circle around you. So you dump all of your crawfish boil onto the ground in front of you, and then find yourself trapped between two of these crabs who slam their giant claws into the sides of your pot. Please roll whether a strong blow, take a powerful blow. Roll plus conditions, you have no conditions, and you want to roll low.
So I'm just hitting the button that's next to conditions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. That is a miss. You weather the hit. How do you stand your ground?
Well, the pot is extremely strong because it's actually a repurposed toxic waste management barrel from my late family's late empire. And so it's made of extremely thick lead, which in hindsight, probably not the best material to use for the crawfish boil, but we weren't thinking a lot of things through back then.
When did this happen? The 1940s? Like,
wasn't it like 5 years ago?
Continue, please.
Listen, we mistakes were made by certain individuals who are no longer with us, and this cannot be blamed. So the pot is just real. It's just real strong. It's just real thick and heavy.
The pot is really strong, but these two claws hitting from either side sort of set a massive, like, ringing gong noise that reverberates throughout your consciousness. And what was the first time after the dentist took you in that you started to truly feel at home there?
It was actually, this is ironic that you would ask this. It was the first time that he made me crawfish. He told me that his existing family didn't care for shellfish, which I found to be heartbreaking. And I said, Dad, Mr. Doctor, the dentist, I care for shellfish in a way that I understand has been missing in your life due to the actions of your existing biological family. And so I would love to split some crawfish with you. And we bought 4 little crawfishes at the crawfish shop, and we ate them together in perfect silence. It was just like being at home.
Son of a bitch.
All right, I get emotional thinking about found family.
Yeah,
Just
maybe I'm just saying, maybe you should have fucking waited until someone else came home from band camp. Just saying.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I was just there for him.
Maybe
if someone
had been distracting him with crawfish, he would remember to pick me up. And no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I hope you enjoyed your crawfish.
We did.
Yeah, I know you did.
So the two of you see Riptide as a giant pot rolling away on the floor, looking kind of stunned, if a pot can look stunned. Yale or Erebus, what do you do?
I got a thing if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to make a big crab cracker out of teeth.
Explain what a crab cracker made out of teeth is, Alyssa.
I mean, it's one of those does what it says on the tin, right? So you imagine a crab cracker, right? And then big, and
you mean like an oyster cracker? What's a crab cracker?
What's an oyster cracker?
An oyster cracker is a cracker like you eat. A crab cracker is
No.
that thing that you go like this.
Yeah.
and you crunch the
That
cracker.
thing.
Right.
Oh, no wonder you're confused. You're like, what the
I was thinking of like like the cracker that you eat. Thank
No.
you for somebody explaining that. My brain was on a crawfish boil that I really wish I could be eating right now.
God, me too. Yeah, no. So
Okay.
giant thing made of big ass teeth.
Okay, so you're psychically forming your teeth into a crab cracker. Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to know. I have two options. One, I could yell at these crab dudes and be like, "Yo, back off," or I could try to crunch them. I would like to know which one. If I was like, "Yo, back off," would that be provoke someone?
Yeah, I think that's provoke someone if you try to yell. If you try to yell at them to back off. Yeah, so that'd be on a 10 plus, it would rise to the bait and do what you want. On 7-9, you would instead choose one. They stumble, they err, you gain a critical opportunity, or they overreact, you gain influence.
Okay. I'll try that.
Okay.
So I think I'm just gonna like levitate the giant crab cracker over them in preparation for crunching. And I'm gonna say, "Hey, fuck you, fuck off, fuck you," because I'm not like great on the like witty banter shit. I'm just gonna like wave it menacingly at them in hopes that they're gonna get it. Because there's this little part of me that wants to see what happens if they don't back off. But here, anyway, I'm gonna roll. And that is superior.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
shit.
that's a full hit.
We love to see it.
Yeah, I think these three crabs look up at the giant crab character, look back down at you, yelling at them. They can't really vocalize because they're just crabs now. But they kind of like wave their claws in the air, and then you see them sort of like keep their claws up and like slowly back away towards the entrance of the warehouse. And then one just like smashes through the corrugated metal wall, and they all just scurry out into the night. The other goons at the front, the sort of human goons who are left, kind of watch all this happen, see the crabs flee, and they get the sense that they're just like, fuck this, and they also run out the front. So the three of you are left facing Dr. Evolution in his half crab form.
So if I were to, for example, unleash my powers, does that mean I could use an ability?
Yeah.
Perhaps such as vitality, absorption, or psychic constructs?
Yes, it might be, depending on what you're trying to do, it might make more sense to directly engage a threat. I mean, you would be using your ability to directly engage a threat, right? So unleash your powers is really when you're trying to do something crazy with your powers that is, more than normal. So yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, I would like to directly engage a threat.
Hell yeah.
I need to roll danger. One moment. The dice are so nice to me tonight.
On a 10 plus, pick 2, resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Ooh, let's see. I would like to create an opportunity for my allies and resist or avoid their blows.
Okay. Let me explain a thing about how villains work. So villains in this system have conditions just like you guys. What you need to do is mark off their conditions until they can't mark any more off, and then they have to exit the scene or are defeated. So what you're trying to do is force them to react to you in certain ways that cause conditions on them, and then they can no longer fight, basically. When they get a condition, they will immediately take one of their conditioned moves. But just letting you know that's how that works. Yeah.
Well, I have a question, which is, are they the same conditions that we have listed on our sheets?
They are the same condition you list on your sheets.
So you're saying is we have to emotionally destroy them until they leave the scene?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
And how strong they are is how many conditions they can take, right? So a very weak villain can only take 1. A very strong villain can take 5.
Got it. Okay.
Ooh. In that case, I think I would like to frighten the opposition and take something from them.
Okay. What power are you using to do this?
Do I have to use one power for both, or can I use one for each?
You can use one for each. Just tell me how this happens, I guess is what I'm
Sure. For frightening the opposition, I would like to use my ability Psychic Constructs to create the image of a gigantic, like block-sized seagull hovering in the air above Dr. Evolution, just a shadow of death lingering over our horseshoe crab friend to terrify.
And then what's the other thing?
And then, is there something on this stage or platform that I can steal from them? I want to eliminate their hope, perhaps of maybe de-evolution back into people.
I think you see, the thing that you notice that's really out of place here is sitting on a table next to all the lab equipment is a hardcover book. That book is pristinely preserved. You notice it because it is so well cared for, unlike everything else around here. And you notice that there's even a signature on the front cover.
Is this his monograph?
No, it's not his monograph. It's a monograph from a very famous pop scientist. And it's basically like Neil deGrasse Tyson's Guide to Evolution. Signed. Not Neil deGrasse Tyson, somebody A, who isn't an asshole, and B, actually does evolution stuff. Richard Dawkins? Is that what I'm thinking of? Who am I thinking of?
I can't remember, I'm sorry.
I don't remember scientists anymore. Anyways, somebody cool has signed this thing, and he has preserved this thing and brought it with him, and it has like talismanic totemic power for him. So with these two, you can't inflict 2 conditions at once, but you can inflict one of these conditions. So you can either inflict insecure or afraid. Which one would you like to do?
Afraid. I would like to terrify this crab man.
Yeah, so he is now afraid, and he gets to take his immediate condition move. And so what he does is lash out without thought at a threat. Unfortunately, the threat is an imaginary one because he sees this massive seagull coming at him, and his base crab brain takes over, and he starts like trying to clack at it with his claws, and it passes straight through the illusionary seagull. But he's having a hard time processing what's happening as he's turning more and more crab over time, and just keeps clacking at it and missing. So Erebus, what's the first time you told someone about your doom? You're muted. No.
Sorry. I think I told Riptide and Yale about my doom at the same time when they arrived at the dark-sided Taco Bell and saved me from the goons of the almighty X-Ray.
That's a sentence that makes sense to everybody.
When I had to explain why we needed to flee.
What did you explain your doom was like, and how did you tell them? So these two stumble into your inner sanctum, your secret sanctum that you've had hidden, and the 3 of you fight off these little sort of demonic gremlins. And then at the end of that, what do you tell them?
I think I explained that this is the lair of the almighty X-ray, which is the only thing that can see me in the dark. It is the sort of upside down, dark-sided version of the dentist's brownstone that was demolished to put up a Taco Bell. And it's also my inner sanctum because the almighty X-ray is what turned me into a shadow creature. And anytime I interact with this space, it brings the X-ray closer to revealing me.
Cool. Okay, so we have Dr. Evolution futilely flailing at a psychic projection of a seagull. Riptide or Yale, what would you like to do?
I don't want to step on you. I
Oh,
think you're about to say something.
oh, I had something really deranged. No, you go ahead.
Oh no, please give us the deranged thing. Nothing
Okay.
about this has been deranged so far.
Okay, so I think I would like to say that I think that when we got in here and we were like, oh, it's this guy. I think that while like we were devising our plan, I was also like frantically like trying to find everything I could have read this guy's like Wikipedia page. Like I stalked his LinkedIn, like his social media, his Insta, like it's a mess. But I got as much information as I could. And what I would like to do is I want to use my illusion powers to summon a crowd of the people from his life in a circle around him, all pointing at him and laughing at him. And depending on how this goes, if it succeeds, I would like to put like the author of whoever wrote that book standing right in front of him being like, this is what you've been working on. This is embarrassing.
Who's the guy who narrates all the nature documentaries? Who has the really good voice? Yeah, it's Richard Attenborough. That's who it is. You're summoning Richard Attenborough to point at him and tell him what a disappointment.
Oh man. So that's what I'd like to do. I want to make him insecure.
What move are you trying to use here?
I guess it's let me see. Right now my iPad decides it doesn't want to play with me. How about I guess it's provoke someone, right? Is it provoke someone?
It could be provoke somebody. It could be unleash your powers. Both of those would make sense to me.
All right, let's roll with provoke someone because I feel like summoning someone's idol and then having them tell them that their work is awful and they should be ashamed is pretty provoking. Okay. My powers are just being mean to people. Wait, what? Okay.
How did you roll a 14?
That seems wrong to me.
I mean, wrong. I guess you rolled 2 6s and then you have what, +2 in superior?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you rolled max. You rolled max.
No, sorry, guy.
Yeah. Dr. Evolution sees all of this happening and he's gathered around by like all the people who you sort of like cyclically pull out of him his memories of the people he idolizes and respects, and at the center of it is Richard Dawkins. And you see 2 figures who are probably his parents, and then somebody who looks like a high school science teacher, and then somebody who looks like maybe like a union foreman, like maybe somebody who was like an early mentor to him on the job site. There's like a very attractive woman in her 20s, who's there as well. And David Attenborough steps forward from this crowd and looks down at him and says, this isn't evolution. This isn't progress. This is a joke. And Dr. Evolution falls to his knees, crying. And as he lays there sobbing, the carcination continues, and he turns bit by bit more and more into a crab until all that's left is one of these massive 10-foot crabs that is sitting there slumped on the floor, defeated.
Oh, guys, I fucked up. No, that was too devastating.
No, that was perfect. That was exceptional. That was exactly
incredible. And also I have a new fear.
Okay, we're going to break there for a couple minutes. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back in 5. Does that sound good to everybody? Your camera's off.
Okay.
It'll mess up the stream. So, okay, we'll be right back.
All right. As Greg and the other folks here on his channel are. As Greg and the other folks on his channel are fond of saying, a break for the stream or a break for the players is also a break for you. We will be back in 5 minutes with some more fun bag of giving mask crab adventure. So stay tuned for more of that in about 5 minutes. All right, I have the stream audio currently off, DongWon, so they cannot hear you.
I forgot to give you a heads up. We were going to do that.
Oh, that's okay. I was paying attention. Oh, wait.
Always a good group of people who comes to these.
All right, we are about to get back to this, folks. Thank you for tuning in for this crab and tooth and chaos-filled wonder that is our Masks game. Before I turn things back over to our party, I just wanted to remind folks that we do have giveaways on every month for a bag of giving, trying to do a little bit of good and raise some money for some worthy causes. In this month, we're specifically focusing on mental health supports for healthcare workers through the National Alliance for Mental Illness in the United States. If you type, I think it's exclamation mark bag or exclamation mark giving. I'm sure Mike Underwood knows exactly what the command is. You will get a link to our website. Our giveaway prizes this month include the first 3 years of Augur magazine, which is a phenomenal Canadian science fiction and fantasy magazine. You can get literally their first 3 years of issues for $5. You can also win a book bundle with works by a number of fabulous people. And last but certainly not least, we have up a signed copy of The Outer Worlds, which one of our players tonight, Kate Dollarhy, was lead narrative designer for, and will sign for you, as well as apparently a bunch of other people at her office that she can get for this. And so that is up as well. If you go and scope that out, and just a small donation of $5 to one of our Spotlight charities gets you an entry. We really appreciate any support you can throw their way, and as well for tuning in. And without further ado, I'm going to turn things back over to our party.
Great, thank you. I'm waiting for the stream to come back up. Oh, there it is. Great. Okay, so y'all fought a bunch of crab people and survived to tell the tale. So I think you all head back to your sanctuary right now, the quote-unquote dark-sided Taco Bell. And why don't you tell me a little bit more about the space, what you guys do there? It's a good place for you to rest and recuperate and plan your next steps.
Let's see. So the dark-sided Taco Bell is your standard regular Taco Bell, except that it also includes a library of valuable tomes lining the walls. So ancient books, as you might find, such as In the Lair of a Lich, a scattering of ancient relics. So all of the funky little tables, little square tables, they all have little altars on them, special unique ones. And then there's a constant sort of oomps, oomps, oomps in the background, and that is the EDM that is playing at the dark-sided Taco Bell, always at full blast, inescapable beats.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, of course.
Is it is this a contemporary Taco Bell, or is this like a 90s Taco Bell?
This is a 90s Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's like one of those so they tore down this brownstone to build a throwback Taco Bell, for the social media hit.
And naturally, that just makes sense. Can I also ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Given that it's dark-sided, I don't know what menu items we should expect. I would love to know what is on tap. Isn't the right word. What are the fountain drinks that they have going on?
There is, well, I don't know. Kate, do you want to answer this one, or should I answer this one? I mean, it's all just Baja Blast. There are 8 different types of Baja Blast, but they're all orange. That seems wrong.
With extra caffeine.
Extra caffeine.
So that you could have a heart attack.
Like a Baja Blast Jolt.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's Jolt Cold. Instead of Mountain Dew as the base, it's Jolt Cold.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Perfect. I would love to get one of those.
Jolt. Yeah.
I'd love to get I'm parched from.
My heart is racing just thinking about that. God, like my chest hurts. Do you get one of those?
I mean, I'd like to.
Well, the problem with getting one of those is that means you have to deal with Kylie.
I have to do
You have to deal with Kylie.
Oh, who's Kylie?
Well, Kylie works the register.
So is this directly engaging it through?
No, you can just talk to her. And when the three of you come in, as usual, she just looks up and goes, "Hello, and welcome to Taco Bell."
Can I assess the situation?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to roll superior. No bonus. Ooh, that is
that's
a
a miss.
miss. Everything looks totally fine, you guys, but I am going to ask a question because of criminal mind. And
What a good move. What a good ability.
I
What's your
thought it was
criminal question, you
it's
delinquent?
okay. I feel like in this moment of deep threat, what is the best way in and past is pretty good, but I think I'd like to find out what here is useful or valuable to me.
Ooh, that's kind of a tough question to answer because you are in you're explicitly in the doomed sanctuary, right? Like this is Erebus's place of power. It is also the place of power of a massively powerful cosmic being known as the Almighty X-Ray. So there's a lot here that's of value. There is an entire library of arcane tomes. Many of those would be extremely powerful and extremely dangerous and extremely interesting. There's a lot of AO3 archives in there somewhere. The question isn't so much what is valuable, it's how do you get it? And then what do you do with it once you have it? Lots of the stuff is valuable. It's all very hard to take out of the Taco Bell. It's all kind of bound to this dimensional pocket. And then the other thing that is of value is the food is dope. And it will nourish you and heal you up and cure your wounds and all those things.
The opposite of a real taco.
I will not stand for this slander.
Listen, I feel fully nourished after going to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just ordering the wrong thing.
I think Taco Bell usually makes any wound I have much worse.
Anyways, so that's the answer to your question. You do fully miss though. And I think the consequence for missing is Kylie looks at you and goes, "What? Why do you keep looking at me like that?"
I just want to know if you're still out of Inferno sauce. You guys do Inferno sauce?
Whatever.
Because last time I ordered a bunch of Inferno sauce and you were like, "Oh, we don't have that here."
Mm-hmm.
But you gave Riptide Inferno sauce, so what's the truth?
The truth is we don't have any Inferno sauce.
Can I talk to her next?
Yeah.
Can I come up? I want to, by the way, I'm wearing the abs and hair of the lifeguard who perished in the terrible disaster on the beach where I developed my abilities.
Excuse me for being a fool who did not realize that saying that you could transform to anything on the beach included the other people on said beach, including the lifeguard. I foolishly assumed you meant inanimate or non-sentient objects, but you're right. Where is the line? Where is the line between what is a beach chair and what is a person?
When a person dies, do they not become an object on the beach? Like any abandoned seashell. Who can say? It's a matter of philosophy, which I often discuss over late dinners with the dentist, my mentor, who chose me to mentor. So I just want to
spiritually hermit crabbing yourself into a lifeguard body.
Yeah, for part of it, the butt is still mine that I usually have, and the face is still my usual one. So I wanted to recognize me, but no shirt.
Okay.
So I just want to go up to her and be like, lean on the counter, like, "Hey, how you doing?"
What?
Oh, I just wanted to find out if you're having a good day and if I can get hooked up with any Inferno sauce.
Yeah, sure, whatever. And she hands you 5 Inferno sauce packets.
Thank you. You are the level best. I'm gonna give her a wink. Boink. And then head to a table with only Inferno sauce, nothing else. I didn't order anything.
Anybody else want anything from our very friendly Taco Bell assistant? Yeah,
Me. So I'm gonna roll up to the counter. I'm gonna hand Kylie the new Reds album. Be like, I got this for you, Topside. Here you go. You're gonna love this. Put it on immediately. They don't have Spotify down here because the dark side of Taco Bell is actually quite good. And can I get a Mexican pizza? I want a Crunch Wrap Supreme. I want a cheesy gordita crunch. I want a Doritos Locos Tacos. I know too much about Taco Bell. I would like an extra large orange flavored Baja Blast with a shot in it. Thank you.
She's
what?
Whatever's good.
She's not looking at you this entire time. She's just looking at the CD and like flips it over and like peels the wrapper off and pops the CD out and puts it in her Discman and like just puts the headphones on and starts playing it. And she's like, cool. And then your order comes out exactly as you asked for it.
Exceptional. And then I'm going to, as No Face would in Spirited Away, just go rah. Just totally distend my mouth.
Like?
Erebus is a swirling mass of darkness.
Okay, so you're just like a big like shadow floating outline of a human. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just a vibe. Yeah, I'm just a vibe of darkness. And so I'm going to distend my entire face into like a big void, and then I'm going to whoosh the Taco Bell.
Okay. I think as you're whooshing your Taco Bell, Yale, how do you communicate with other heroes? Do you have a cell phone? Do you have like a special like communicator? Do you have like a beeper? Like what's the deal?
I have a cell phone.
You have a cell phone.
For heroes my age, they text me, but for a lot of older heroes have my number too, because my dad keeps giving my number out.
Yeah. I think maybe your dad gave you like a special Aegis issued like cell phone, like a special one that is for officially licensed heroes of the city to communicate. But like you have like the junior league version, like the one they give out to trainees. It has parental controls on it. Like most of the apps are locked. Riptide has a full adult one unlocked. Erebus doesn't have one at all. Because not a lot of people know Erebus actually exists as part of it. Yale, you notice your phone is buzzing.
Okay. Is Riptide's buzzing?
No, just yours.
All right, I'm gonna check it.
Yeah, you pull it out and you see that you're getting a call from Captain Photon. And you know that Captain Photon is one of the most important heroes in the city. She, along with your dad, is one of the founding members of the Society for Progress. After the society sort of like evolved into its current form, she officially left the group to join Aegis. Aegis is like the quasi-military organization that regulates superheroes in the city. She's one of like the most important sort of liaisons between governmental and sort of the superhero organizations. She is a longtime compatriot of your dad. You've met her several times. And she is currently calling you.
Okay. What's Captain Photon?
Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna answer it and say, hey, Auntie Photon, what's up?
Hey, kiddo. Well, I guess this is actually an official call, and so I should call you Ivy League.
Oh, please don't call me Ivy League, please. I'm going by Mirage now.
You need to update your entry in the database and re-register then, because all the official records still say Ivy League. So if you want to go by Mirage, also Mirage is taken. There are 3 licensed Mirages in the greater metro area. You could be Mirage 4 if you would like.
Oh God, no. No, I don't want to be Mirage 4.
You know what? You need to file some forms, and you know what?
My dad never gave me
Valley,
clearance.
Oh,
No,
well, convenient, actually. If you need clearance from your dad, then I think our goals are aligned. Because I need to find your dad.
Well, he's not here.
Well, where did he go?
I don't know. He takes off all the time without telling me. And apparently he didn't tell Riptide either. So who knows where he actually is? I just assumed he was on a business trip, like with you or something.
Listen, you can't talk about this publicly, but I don't know where he is. No one at Aegis knows. None of the other society members know. He just disappeared. We haven't heard from him. We don't know what's going on. And, you know, I know you and your dad don't have the best relationship. But you got to know something. I mean, your family, right? Give me a lead. Give me any kind of clue. Tell me where he's been, what he's up to. Has he been doing something different? Does he seem more nervous than usual?
I mean, it's not been great. Look, it's not been great. I just thought it was because it was college application season, but like, are you sure he's not posting anything on Facebook? Whenever he's trying to ghost me, he always puts memes on Facebook. Like,
he has not logged into Facebook in, looks like, 27 days.
All right, that he's got to be missing for real then. Shit, no. Hey, hold on a second. Is there a mute button on the kitty phone? I'm just imagining one of those plastic phones they give to small children.
There's a mute button on it, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the mute button.
Okay.
And say, okay, guys, I know we've talked about this before, but I need you all to come clean. Does anyone know where the fuck my dad is?
I don't have any information that you don't have about this situation involving your dad.
Wow, okay. All right, fine. I'm just gonna steal one of your Inferno sauce packets. Erebus, what about you?
No, I've been trying to haunt him for a while actually, and he hasn't showed up. It's kind of cramping my style, to be frank.
Okay. Well, thanks anyway, you guys. Well, thank you anyway, Erebus. I'm just gonna ignore Riptide. I'm gonna
I also answered your question.
Oh man, this Inferno sauce is so good. Hey, Auntie. No, I don't have any. I don't have anything. He did say. I mean, he said it like 2 months ago that he was planning on visiting his, my uncle, his brother. But I mean, they were just going to go fishing in Alaska, so I don't. That's probably not a great.
Where are you right now?
Hmm?
This is Photon over the phone.
Oh,
where are you right now?
Taco Bell.
Who's Erebus?
Oh, Erebus is listen, this is really embarrassing. Okay. So you can't tell anyone. I don't have a lot of friends. So sometimes I just make people, with the illusion thing, and I just like talk. Look, you can't
believe that it's so plausible.
No, you can't fucking tell anyone, Auntie. Here's the thing. I used to do this all the time.
Do we need to schedule another session with the shrink?
No. I'm not seeing the shrink again. It's not happening. He's so weird.
Yeah,
ask me about my teeth in the middle of appointment, and no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, he's a little weird. I'll grant you that. But, I've known him a long time, and he's done a lot of good for this city. And he could do a lot of good for you, too, if you let him.
There is no... Listen, I wrote my college admission essay about the people in my head, and that's fine. It's fine. Auntie, I promise it's okay. So Erebus, that's Erebus. That's Erebus. I have one of Riptide too. You can't fucking tell him.
Erebus is your special brain friend.
Yeah.
How have you ever told your dad about Erebus?
Why would I tell my dad about my special brain friend? Last time I told him about the other one, he laughed. Do you fucking remember Marshmallow the Shark? He laughed at me about Marshmallow the Shark for 10 years. I was 4. I'm not telling you about Erebus.
Yeah, the Marshmallow Shark was pretty cute though.
He was great.
Okay, well, we're gonna look into this. We're gonna keep looking for your dad. So I need you to stay strong, okay, kiddo? We'll find him.
Okay.
You tell me if you hear anything though.
Okay. I'll do that. But you have to promise you won't tell anyone about. No, you can't tell the shrink. I don't care who else you like. Don't tell anyone, but definitely don't tell the shrink, okay? Because the last time I saw him wasn't great.
Listen, I can't promise I'm never gonna say anything. This is between us for now, but you know, I gotta look out for you. I promised your dad I would. You know, you're my goddaughter. I take that very importantly. Or sorry.
I mean, his colleagues still call me Marshmallow the Shark. Like,
yeah.
you can't tell them. This is gonna be so embarrassing.
We gotta do what's best for you, kiddo, okay? Just call me if you hear anything, please.
Fine. Okay, fine. You too. You text me if you find out anything, okay? Because I want to know where my dad is.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Okay. I'm actually going to hang up this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that mute button does nothing.
Yeah.
Can I immediately ask a question of Yale? Yale, do you really have a construct of me?
No. Why would I have a construct of you? That's weird.
No, maybe you like with me. Maybe you and your dad have that in common.
God.
I think it's nice. I think it's sweet.
I have a you in real life. I don't need another one.
I miss you sometimes too.
No, you don't.
No.
No.
I don't.
No. I can't believe I was going to ask if you really did. No, obviously you don't. Okay. So good to know. We have confirmation now that my dad is apparently gone fucking AWOL. I kind of do want to know where he is though. Because if he's on fishing in Alaska, then I mean, he's on Facebook. Something must be wrong.
I want to elbow Yale in the side and be like, we should talk to the shrink. Let's totally talk to the shrink.
No, dude. Dude, no.
Yeah, dude.
No.
They know all about me. It'll be so fun.
No. Wait.
I'll like show up behind them. You know, like they'll be reading at their desk in a pool of light, and then I'll show up in the shadow behind them and just like peekaboo. It'll be great.
Okay, fine. All right, you take point on the shrink because I don't want to talk to the shrink.
But... Nah, come on, don't make me do it. Okay, I'll do it.
Okay. I'll come with you for moral support.
You have to bring the flashlight.
I'll bring the flashlight.
Thank you.
And I
got the umbrella.
Fine. Whatever.
Oh, come on.
Flashlight's more helpful. Thank you.
You wouldn't want to go without me. You'd have to use your psychic construct of me to fill that little gap in your heart.
You asshole.
Yeah.
It's not real. I don't have one.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna hand you another Inferno sauce packet.
I'm just gonna tear it open and just eat it.
So you guys go see the shrink?
Yeah.
How do you just go upstairs?
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. How do we get in and out of the dark side of Taco Bell? Do we just walk up the stairs?
Please can it be an escalator? Please can it be a mall escalator with that
really
that solo cup?
One. Yeah, I think it's like a
solo cup
escalator that goes up into there's like a metal storage cabinet in the dentist office, right? Like behind the chair, like next to where the X-ray machine is. And then if you pop that cabinet open, you can sort of like fit through the back panel. The back panel isn't big enough to let a human through, but when you walk towards it, it like grows bigger until you can step through it. And so you can just take an escalator up and it spits you back out to the dentist's office. And if you go down the hall, the shrink's office is directly across from the dentist's office. This is all in the basement of the brownstone where you guys live. It's sort of like a 3-story brownstone. The bottom floor has been turned into these medical offices with the shrink on one side and then the dentist on the other side. The soundproofing between the therapist office and the dentist office is not great. So, you know, your mileage may vary on how soothing it is to lay there and listen to drill sounds.
Team, can we quick strategize on how we're walking in? Because I feel like we could not appear to be 3 people if Erebus is hiding in Yale's shadow and I transform into maybe a little baby sea turtle that can fit in Yale's shirt pocket.
You could be a shell.
A shell with a little turtle inside it. I mean,
I feel like the turtle is gonna.
are you really gonna make me be a little seashell again?
Yeah.
You know what? Last time,
little seashell.
I had to look so deep inside your ear when you were listening for the ocean, and it was messed up. And if you do that again, I'm gonna tell dad. I'm gonna tell your dad. I'm gonna tell Mr. Doctor the dentist about it when he gets back, and he'll be disappointed in you for acting immature. And then I'm gonna just turn into a little tiny shell.
Just gonna hold the shell and say, "You act like that's fucking news to anyone," and I'm just gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in my butt pocket. Okay. And then are you gonna be Shadow, Erebus?
Yes. So I can only locomote in shadows. Just make sure you're casting a shadow. It's just make sure I have a place to go.
All right. You have a place to go. I think yeah, okay. This will be good. So I guess we're going to visit the shrink.
Yeah. So you just go knock on his door?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just hear him saying, "Come in."
I'm gonna peek my head in.
Yeah. So good to see you. Please come in. Make yourself comfortable.
Can you tell us a little more about the shrink and this office? Because
Yeah, so this office is very differently decorated than the rest of the sort of ground floor. It's very like walnut paneling, sort of bookshelves lining all the walls. He has a big sort of leatherback chair with the windows behind him. The windows have sort of like those wooden blinds on them that he's letting only a little bit of light in. It's very dim in here generally. There's no overhead lighting. He has like one of those green glass lamps on his desk, sort of like old timey, like 1950s lamps on his desk. That's the main source of light in the room. And then there's sort of 2 plush armchairs facing the desk. There's really it's very orderly in here. Everything's in exactly its spot. The shelves are very clean and dusted. The books are all very well organized. There's only 1 yellow legal pad on his desk and 1 pen. And that's it.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna go sit down.
What brings you in today?
Ow.
Well, I'm just gonna ignore that. I was wondering if
you seem very distressed.
Well,
Have you been doing your meditation exercises?
Yeah, definitely, 100% every day. Have you heard from my dad, by the way?
I think your meditation exercises are very important. Mindfulness will keep you from letting your anxieties get the best of you.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what else would help my anxiety actually is knowing if you'd heard from my dad, because we kind of had a big fight a couple weeks ago, and I haven't heard from him since. So I was wondering if maybe he was taking another break from me. That's all.
What did you 2 fight about?
You don't know if that's really important. It's important, isn't it?
Everything's important.
Shit. We fought about college. I mean, what else would you fight about? Academics. Yeah. Yep.
Do you think college is important?
I mean, does it matter whether I think college is important?
You seem very fixated on it. If you had a big fight about it, seems like it must be important to you.
I'm not really saying where this gets me in terms of just wondering if my dad has texted you or anything.
You seem very fixated on your dad.
Well, the whole single parent thing probably has something to do with that, but also the fact that he is late on rent and I keep getting notices. So I don't have a job. So I would really like to keep living in my house before I have to go to college. That's why I'm so anxious right now. Definitely, that's the reason.
Do you need to borrow money?
I mean, I can't really pay you back. Right? Like, I don't have, like I said, I have like birthday money, but it's not rent money.
You seem very concerned about obligations.
Well, that's probably true. I'm just going to slowly start sitting backwards, leaning more and more weight on my butt pocket.
Can I transform inside the pocket into a different kind of shell? Transform into a little spiral conch shell with little spikes.
I think I definitely jab me in the butt, and I make a horrible sound. It's a bad sound. I think, yeah, it's a bad sound, and a bunch of very tiny teeth like pop into existence for a hot second, then pop back out, just floating around me.
You seem to be having trouble controlling yourself. Yeah. Can I help you with that?
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm pretty in control. I think that the teeth are continuing to pop in and out like little fireworks. Everything's fine. I just need to find my dad and get him to sign off on these things so I can make sure all my applications are in order. He raises
a hand to his temple, and you find your heartbeat slowing. You find yourself settling down, and the teeth stop manifesting automatically, and you sort of breathe easier, and you find yourself slumping into the chair. There. Isn't that better? Now, tell me why you're so worried about your dad. You two fought, and then what?
And then I said some things, and then he left. So I feel like it's probably my fault, right? Because he hasn't come back. Probably.
So our conscious mind hides things from us. Memories that we have are stories that we tell ourselves, and the more we think about them, the more we lose the details of what really happened. The story becomes more real than the memory, until at some point, all you're left with is a story, and you can't remember what actually happened. But I can help you go back to the moment of when your father disappeared.
Oh no, that sounds really bad.
And then together, we can uncover this truth of just what you did.
Oh man, when you say go back, do you mean like physically?
And then he snaps his fingers. And
oh no.
You are standing in your kitchen, and you feel furious, you feel angry, you're sweating and trembling, and you just feel all of the leftover adrenaline from that fight you were having with your dad burning off and running through your veins. And he has left the room. Where did he go?
Actually, first thing I want to do is touch my butt pocket to see if the shell is still there.
The shell is still there.
Okay.
Erebus, you were also there.
Okay. Where did my dad go, is what you asked?
Mhm.
He went out to the garage, where all of his biking stuff is. Not like motorcycles, like
Cyclist.
like cyclist stuff. So usually what happens is we have a big fight, we take some time, he goes biking, he goes cycling, and then he comes back and we just sort of do our own thing independently for about a week, and then eventually we start talking again.
Great.
So
you head to the garage, and you can hear his clip shoes clattering on the concrete floor. They make a very distinctive clacking noise. You hear the garage door rattle up, and you hear him like take his road bike down from the mount. And then you open the door and step through, and you find yourself in the dentist office.
Okay. Which is not, this is not the garage, right?
You have to stop telling yourself stories about where your dad went and remember where he went.
I look around. Oh, actually, wait. Maybe can I assess the situation?
Yeah, go for it, please.
Okay.
Make some rolls.
All right, let's make some rolls. Let's keep it spicy.
Uh-huh.
All right. Whoops, that is the wrong thing. Let's try this. Ooh, wow. I guess I'm not thinking clearly. That's a fail. But I am going to ask, how could I best infuriate or provoke?
Take the condition. Take the condition guilty.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
So you now have -2 to provoke someone and -2 to assess the situation.
God
to clear it, you need to make a sacrifice to absolve your guilt.
God damn it. All right. I think that's fair.
What was the question you asked?
The question is, how can I, well, I mean, this is hilarious now. How can I best infuriate or provoke Riptide?
You want to provoke Riptide?
Actually, no, let's pick my dad. That feels like a, yeah. No, actually Riptide. I lied to you. I know it's Riptide because it's always like,
yeah.
You know.
You can't resist me. You can't stay away.
Riptide, what's the best way to provoke you?
Am I still in the back pocket?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a couple of answers to do with my location. I feel like, like sitting down really hard would provoke me. There was a lot of Inferno sauce recently that could provoke a physiological reaction that would make me pretty upset. And then overall, I think that some like at any given time when I'm not even a shell, reminding me that I'm not the dentist's real kid is like the surest button to hit for Yale specifically.
Beautiful. Okay, dope.
Okay, the three of you are in the dentist office. The lights are off. It's very dark in here. You thought you were going to the garage and you find yourself not there anymore. What do you do?
I would like to flick on my flashlight so Erebus can come out to play.
Okay.
It just sort of like a little slime mold up from the shadow.
Okay, guys.
Say, oh, go.
Oh, no, you.
Mm-mm.
I just also want to take the shell out and like put it on like the dental like tool tray. I'm just gonna put it on there.
I would love to transform into my usual person-shaped self, completely collapsing and knocking down the tool tray.
Yeah,
it's a huge
like
amount of
those
noise
little
in that.
steel picks and everything go flying everywhere, and
yeah.
I think one of the little like water hose things starts spraying. Yeah.
Perfect. And I am gonna snap at Yale. Could you not sit on me next time?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I guess that's something that's also on the SATs.
I mean, you look fine. Oh,
I always look fine.
Erebus, please, do you see anything that might be helpful?
I wanna like drip down from the ceiling like a little creep and be like, I think the shrink is lying because I saw your dad go into the shrink's office right before he left.
Oh shit. What?
But they had all the lights on, so I couldn't come in.
This is right after he left, or right after we had that fight?
Right after you fought.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Great. So I wonder if we can get into the shrink's office from here.
Maybe. Ooh.
I can probably get in there and let you in.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna turn into a pile of sand right in front of it, and then you guys have to go and blow so that I get under the door.
Okay. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna do
Do
it.
I have to unleash my powers for this?
Yeah, that sounds like an unleash your powers kind of roll to get sort of like out of this room and back into the hallway.
I've been wanting to roll freak for this entire time. Situational bonus or penalty?
Nope, just roll straight. Ooh, that's an 11. Nice job. Okay, so on an 11 for unleash your powers, on a hit you do it. Yeah, that's it. I was like, that's a very simple move. Yeah, so you are a pile of sand and you just like gently waft yourself under this door and you are now back in the hallway between the dentist's office and the shrink's office.
Wait, did they need me to get out of this room to let us out of the room? Were we trapped?
I don't know. Where were you trying to go? Sorry.
We're trying to get in.
You're trying to get into the shrink's office? Yeah, you can do this to get into the shrink's office. That's fine. Either way, it's fine.
Okay. I'm right, guys. That was our goal.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll just open it up and let you in.
Yeah, you open it and let everyone in. The shrink's office is empty. There's no one in here. Yeah, the only thing you see is that the yellow pad is on the desk. And then you realize you're hearing the scratching sound as if a pen on paper.
From where? Oh, wait, does this have to be a assess the situation?
Yeah, make an assess the situation roll.
Okay. Yale, is Yale going to do that or am I going to do that? Because I'm the one who suggested it.
I think Yale already tried and failed real bad at assessing. So, and also now with a -2 to assessing. So I think maybe you should roll.
Okay. That's a superior, which I have a -1 in. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Maybe that's why I have that complex.
Ooh, that's a 7. So on a 7 to 9, you get to ask 1, and then you take +1 while acting on the answers. The questions you can ask are, what here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is in the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to me? How could we best end this quickly?
What here can I use to find the dentist?
This is a little bit of a shitty answer to give to this, but it's also true, so I don't have a good way around it, which is nothing. Nothing here will lead you to the dentist. Because this isn't about where the dentist is. That's not what's happening right now. That's the thing you sort of start put together by looking around and starting to slowly piece together little bits of your subconscious is like piecing together little bits of what's happened here, and you don't fully understand it yet, but you realize that this isn't about trying to find the dentist. That's like the first thing that like finally clicks into place for you. So you get +1 forward acting on that. So
Are we trapped in your mind palace,
Is-
Yale, Harvard?
Is this my brain? Is this my mind? I guess it is. Maybe it's either the shrinks or it's mine. How do the shrinks powers work exactly? Like, is that well known, or is that like a?
It's not super well known. What is known is that the shrink is, again, a very powerful hero. He is most commonly known as an empath. Like all the posters have him doing sort of like the classic, like Charles Xavier, fingers at the temple, like hand out kind of pose, and he's always credited at like helping people, like controlling crowds, like if there's a riot happening, he can get everyone to calm down and go home. He can, help manage situations. He can incapacitate violent criminals, is kind of like the narrative around him. That's always kind of what we see him doing in like newsreels and media and all of that. You know him well enough to know there's probably more going on there, but you don't know exactly what. He's an empath and has some kind of psychic manipulation power.
Okay, guys. There's something here he wants me to see or like figure out or like confess or whatever. This is not new. Like I've been doing therapy with this dude since I was like 6, like it's whatever. So right now we're just along for the ride, but this is the first time I've been able to bring anybody else into one of these, so this is exciting.
Such an honor.
Yeah,
it's just nice to be invited in. I've been trying to get in with you for ages.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the thing he wants you to figure out could have anything to do with that weird noise? Or does that noise always happen inside your head?
No, not quite like this, but let's take a peek. Are you gonna let us in? We're just in the back.
As you mention that weird noise, it stops.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Are we self-conscious, Yale?
that wasn't me, dude. That was not me. No, God, this is like the world's worst escape room, guys. What are we gonna do? Okay. I think I wanna fuck this. Let's toss this office and see what's inside.
Great.
If this is a memory, then it doesn't fucking matter what we do here anyway. Let's just tear through all the shit in this office.
Okay, you start tearing through stuff. The books come off the wall as a single block. They're just like one of those sort of like fake book things that are just glued together. It's hollow inside. All the desk drawers are empty. All the cabinets are empty. All that's on the desk is a plain blank yellow legal pad with a single pen sitting next to it. And that's it. There's nothing else in here.
Okay. I wonder if the reason the books are a block is because they're actually a block in real life, or just because it never occurred to me to think about whether they were individual books. Anyway, I guess, do you guys want to go back to the dentist's office and see if there's anything there that we can find? Like, since we've tossed the shrink's office and there's probably, do you guys want to split up?
Can I do something real fast?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this will work with the metaphysics at play here, but I would like to pick up the pen and roll to provoke someone, specifically roll to provoke the shrink. And I want to write, "You're lying" in beautiful curly script.
Roll them dice.
That for me is, it's superior. Oh no.
Y'all have such bad superior and it just got worse.
Oh my God.
Oh dear. I love that it actually says, oh dear.
Says, oh dear. Oh no. Well, lads, we tried.
Yeah, I think you go to write on the pad. You pick up the pen and you write "you're lying" on it. And when you finish writing, your pen stays stuck to the paper. And then ink starts to spread out and starts to spread onto the sheet of paper and filling it up with like that inky blackness. And you find yourself starting to fall into it because you are a creature of shadow and this is the darkest thing in the room and it pulls you into it.
No. Okay. Can I resist this, or do I just like slip and slide into the void?
Nope, you slip and slide in the void. There isn't a resistance mechanic in this system.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I yeet myself into the darkness.
Yeah.
Can we like stick our arms in it and try to grab you?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I'm definitely doing it. Riptide, are you
same, absolutely. Yeah.
At the same time, we're both just like
Octopus tentacles though. So I want to have 8 of them. They're down in there.
This sounds like a team move, and I shouldn't introduce this right now because it's a system I don't understand at all.
Perfect time to introduce it.
Okay, team mechanics. You can spend 1 for 1 to help a teammate, give them +1 to the roll. Okay, it doesn't really apply here. Never mind. Okay, yeah, roll. I'll give you a +1 since both of you are doing it. Roll something. What are you rolling here?
I mean, ideally I want to roll freak because I've got 3 in freak. So if there's +1, then that would be a 4.
Can I use Troublemaker to give a +2 instead of a +1?
Sure. What does Troublemaker do? Can you read that for me?
Yeah, so Troublemaker is a move. When you help a teammate through destructive, criminal, or rule-breaking actions, you can give them a +2 instead of a +1 when you spend a team from the pool.
Okay, spend a team from the pool. So you guys had 2, you're down to 1. So make a note that you have 1 team left. Yeah. How are you doing this in a way that is criminal or destructive?
I mean, we are sort of fucking up his office, you know? Like, we're literally breaking into his...
Something more specific. Something about how you're doing this that is directly against sort of like whatever rules are in place, whatever your understanding of the rules that are set up between your relationship and the shrink are.
Okay, well,
you know what I mean? Like, how is this a transgressive thing you're going to do here?
Oh, I got it. So I think that so far this has been like a sort of one-way thing where he's just like very used to like prying people's brains open and just being like, oh, what's that? I think that when I'm doing this, I'm actually reaching back into his brain. So yeah.
Okay, roll freak. I think this is on unleash your powers. How are you unleashing your powers to do this? Riptide.
Because I'm turning into half an octopus on each arm. And I'm also turning my legs into a pylon that would hold up like part of a pier to sink all the way down into the ground and like anchor really hard so that if I do get a hold of Erebus, I can't get yanked in.
Okay, great. Roll freak and we'll see how this works out.
Okay, and then I'm putting +2 in and that's in the situational bonus.
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Yikes.
What?
You had +5. Did you roll a 1? Oh man, you rolled 2 +1s and you had a +4 modifier.
Holy shit.
Oh wait, no, that's not right. You should have had a +5 modifier, right?
That can't be right. That
can't be right.
Should I roll again? What?
You have +3, +2. Yeah, that should be a 7. We're gonna count that as a 7. That is a mixed success because 1 + 1 + 5 should be 7. I don't know why I calculated it like that because it's giving you a +4, not a +5 modifier. Anyways, okay, so on a 7 to 9, you mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. I think you're going to take a condition here, and that condition is, I think, angry. Because something bad is happening to the people around you. Somebody's trying to manipulate you, and you don't like to be manipulated. You don't like it when people are messing with you and messing with the people that are your friends.
Love it.
Okay, so you grab Erebus and you pull them out. It is very difficult and very painful to do so. The pylons keep like cracking and crumbling, and you have to like replant them. And you have your octopus tentacles like spread on the desk around as you pull Erebus out. And the darkness here just wants to really. There's such gravity to it. Gail, how are you reaching into the shrink's brain? Like, what does that look like?
I think that, so I think that what I think part of it has to do with the shrink, how the shrink's powers work, but I think that I can sort of just ambiently feel his influence, just kind of around, which is probably what shapes things into the rooms that he wants, or like makes your body physiologically, change. And so I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to focus really, 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 really hard. And when I stick my hand in the shadow, I'm going to think really like, I think I just want to like try to grab whatever's in there and rip it out. And see if there's any feeling in there. I know that sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, no, I love it. You reach your hand into the blackness while all this is happening, and you grab hold of something. You do find that there's like kind of like a fibrousness to it, right? It's like kind of like sticking your hand into like a pot of spaghetti, but if it was like more like spider silk, and you grab a handful of it and you pull, and the whole room around you like flinches is kind of what it is. This clearly hurt the shrink when you do this, and you pull and then something snaps. And then I think when that happens, Erebus, Riptide, you go flying backwards because you've been pulling so hard, and Erebus comes tumbling with you, and you two crash into the wall behind you. Yale, you find yourself holding sort of a wriggling black thing, and you can hear an echo coming from it. And the echo just says, "Where is it? Where is his seat of power? That thing knows, and I will make it tell
me." Yikes! I'd like to put it on the desk, like far away from the pool, and I want to pick up the pen, and I just want to stab it as hard as I can into the desk so it can't. Just to see what happens.
It kind of makes a piercing shrieking noise when you do, and it like puts a stab of pain through all of your heads. But you've pinned it to the desk, and it kind of wriggles around and slowly starts like the black inkiness kind of puddles around it, and it stops flailing and kind of dissolves into goo.
Okay.
Well, I'm picturing this like the Mimics and Prey, if anybody's played the little black goo monsters. Yeah.
Oh shit, guys. This is really bad.
I want to just let out like a rage yell.
Are you trying to accomplish anything with that, or are you just yelling?
I'm just yelling.
Okay.
Shit. Okay, guys. Well, shit.
Erebus, what did you see in there?
What did I see in there?
You saw in there an image or a moment from very long ago of a group of young men and women standing together. You recognize the dentist and the shrink, both of whom the shrink who's, you've been aware of, and he's been aware of your presence here, even though he hasn't quite figured out who you are yet or what you are. You see Captain Photon standing in her sort of military uniform, standing at attention. And then you see a large man made out of solid rock and stone. You know this to be Wrecker, one of the sort of founding members of the society. And then you see Sister Holy, a nun dressed in a full nun's habit, carrying a shotgun in the shape of Jesus on the cross. And they're all sort of standing, they're kind of, them in their later uniforms that are more polished and more refined. These are early costumes, like their early outfits. They're in sort of like a dark wood room, and they're gathered around, and you get the sense that this is a momentous moment. This is when they're first forming the society and first coming together. The thing that really stands out to you is that the dentist looks really different here. He's not the person you know him to be now. He is more full-bodied. He's a bigger man, a fleshier man. And the thing that you notice is that his what he's carrying are a series of mechanical tools. He has weapons, which isn't how you know him. You know him as someone who dabbles in the arcane, someone who has great power with, illusions and psychic projections, like his child does. And this is a very different person.
Okay. I guess I relate that to my friends. From a puddle on the floor, I'm like Alex Mack when she turns into a little silver puddle. I'm just like completely flat from the floor, just like, this happened. It happened like this. Did your dad ever have weapons? Was that like a thing?
Not that I remember, no.
Yeah, you don't know
aside from
that.
The X-ray.
I mean, that and general dad self-esteem crushing, but yeah, no, I no.
I want to angrily snap that he's always told me that weapons are a tool of a limited mind. So I don't know what you think you saw. I'm being a dick.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
I don't really doubt you as a person, Kate.
Oh no, that's it's all good. I'm gonna like creepily lick your leg in a way that you find really annoying. That I know you find super annoying because I've done it before. Just because like I know you're being a dick.
It's
just like a little tongue. Just a little tongue, a darkness tongue, just like
I'm gonna go jump away.
That's what you get. You have a limited mind.
You sure? You sure is my dad.
I mean, he looked different. He looked like a larger, fuller guy, but it was. I'd recognize your dad.
Okay, that's weird. He's never shown me. He loves to show me photographs of his like old days. He's never shown me a photograph like that. It's always just him like as he is now, except young, I guess. So I don't know what's up with that. And I kind of feel like the way to I feel like the way we figure this out is if we go looking through his stuff, but we're kind of stuck in my brain. So I guess our brains right now. I guess we could go looking here, but
jump into the shadow puddle.
Yeah, can we do that?
I know we all just tried really hard not to be in there, but
you guys want to do this?
I mean, the thing is
into the strength brain.
Yeah, I mean, Yale was able to affect what was in there in a way that I don't think he anticipated, right? So,
all right.
I don't think you're wrong to think that it might be something you could do by doing so.
Okay. All right, guys, let's get in the brain. Let's get in the brain puddle. We have to go deeper.
Oh my god. Okay, slip and slide into the brain puddle.
Somebody roll something. What do you do? What are you trying to accomplish by doing this? Like, how are you doing this? Are you just jumping in and poking around? Is like Yale shooting psychic teeth in there? Is Erebus like draining the vitality? Like, what's the goal here?
I would love to drain the vitality from the shrink. This would delight me. I would like to just like siphon it all up into myself and
hell yeah,
create like a little black hole that I slip in.
Roll unleash your powers.
I would
And then
be delighted to.
I think, yeah. I want to borrow a mechanic from somewhere else.
I did it.
Oh, you did it?
Mhm.
Oh, 9 hit. Hell yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, on a 7 to 9, on a hit, you do it on mark a condition, or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. Yeah, this is unstable as shit, man. Like, you do this and you are draining all this power, but it is an enormous amount of power. And it is, you will not be able to maintain this forever. He is an incredible font of psychic energy. You're absorbing a lot of it right now. You will not be able to drain all of it and retain it, right? At some point, you're going to have to let go. So this is sort of like opening a psychic portcullis and you're like holding it up, you know what I mean? And while everyone else runs through it. But I think you can do this thing. Yeah, I think you pop out, the three of you pop out back into the shrink's office. And he is sitting in front of you, his pen sort of next to the notepad that you see is now full of notes as he like clutches his head from whatever it is you're doing to him. I think this creates an opportunity for someone else to act, but Erebus cannot keep this up forever.
Can't hold the wormhole forever, guys.
I'd be open to trying to do something bad to him.
What kind of bad thing do you want to do to him?
Well, I have this move, Be the Monster. When you frighten, intimidate, or cow others with your monstrous form, roll Freak. On a hit, they're thrown off and make themselves vulnerable to you or they flee. On a 10 plus, choose 1. On a 7 to 9, choose 2. You frighten others, you hurt someone or break something, you feel like more of a monster afterward, mark a condition. On a miss, they react with violence, hatred, and paranoia, and you suffer the brunt of it. But I feel like if we could...
To me.
I feel like if we can scare the shit out of him in a vulnerable moment, we might be able to get him
I think
to
you've
tell us what's
created an
going on.
opportunity for you to affect his psyche at a fairly fundamental level. Like basically what Erebus is doing is like peeling back all of his like layers of rationality and control. And you have like a main line into little lizard brain down there that still thinks there are monsters under the bed. So what do you do?
I want to transform into the massive, like the full collected mass of all the corpses that were on the beach at the moment of my transformation when my family's toxic waste factory melted down, horribly killing all of my family, everyone who worked at the factory, all of our friends, all the creatures that were on the beach and all the random beach attendees. What do you call them? A beachgoer? Who were just hanging out there that day. Glowing with like a little radioactive goo, just in a big pile right in front of him.
Hell yeah. Roll them dice.
It's like probably like 300 people. 300 some people. Okay. All right. No situational bonus or penalty?
No. That's an 8. Okay. Yeah. I think, let's see, hold on. Let's look at this move again. On a 7 to 9, be the monster. Yeah, on a 7 to 9, choose 2. You frighten others you had not intended to hurt, to scare. You hurt someone or break something you shouldn't have, or you feel like more of a monster afterward. Pick 2.
I'm for sure going to pick hurt someone because that will clear my angry condition.
Oh, nice.
And then I also want to... I want to frighten others that I hadn't intended to scare.
Okay. I think what happens is you turn into 300 dead bodies and this room isn't that big.
Sorry, guys.
So you don't turn into all of them because very quickly the room fills and there's no more space. But for a moment, all 3 of the other people here are smothered in rotting dead beach corpses. And it's very bad. The 2 of you do not enjoy this experience. Even Erebus, who is, an intangible shadow creature, feels stifled and buried alive in this pile of corpses. It's horrifying. It's gross. None of you come out of this, unfazed by the experience. That said, the shrink is more phased than either of you. And when you come out of this, he hasn't fled, but he is non-functional. He is terrified. He is on the floor in a ball. He has wet himself. He is sobbing. He is incapacitated for the time being. You have sort of managed to like sucker punch him behind all of his psychic armor with this horrifying image, and he ain't gonna be recovering for a minute. Who do you hurt or what do you break?
Ooh, there is. So my options for clearing anger are hurt someone or break something important. I want to break something important. Can I break his desk in half under the weight of the bodies?
I don't think the desk is important to you. I think it has to be important to me. I think it's like important to someone here, right? Something important to one of your friends or to yourself. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna feel bad if you break the shrink's desk. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no. I was thinking like important in the set. Can I break my grown-up phone?
Yeah.
That you only get. I'm assuming you only get the one of.
Yeah, you only get the one of, or it's you weren't really supposed to have one to begin with. So this was like an illicit thing that was given to you that was a sign of the dentist's trust in you. And you have crushed it. It takes a lot to break these phones. These things are, like designed for superhero duty. And still under the weight of these bodies, you kind of smashed it into the ceiling and it cracked and is not functional anymore. So you come out of it, and in the middle of the three of you is lying on the ground, this like Aegis issue superhero phone shattered on the ground.
The tiger is out of its cage.
Yes. Should we break for a couple minutes right here? We were going to break at 9 and it's 9:20. That sound good? Okay. All right. We'll be back in 5, like at 9:25. kicked Sanctum and handed him his own ass in the form of 300 dead bodies in a small room. Yeah, so you know something is going on. I think the thing that you're getting is that the shrink is trying to figure out something about the dentist, specifically where his power is coming from. He's more interested in that than in where the dentist has gone. Whether or not that's also Captain Photon's goals, you don't know. So what would you guys like to do at this point?
I'm stealing his notes for sure.
Great. I think when you look at the notes, make a roll for me real quick. Do a thingamabob roll.
Maybe it's a pierce the mask? No, that seems wrong.
No,
right?
assess the situation.
Ooh, my thing that I am.
This is going to be like low consequence on a failure. This is just how much information am I giving you?
All right, let's take a look. Cool. Well, I'll just roll it anyway. I was actually thinking, can I actually do one real quick thing first?
Sure.
I think I'm gonna give Riptide my kitty phone.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I think like fuck man, that feels bad. Like we can all like you just turned into 300 bodies and broke like one of the most important things to you. Like that feels bad. So I'm gonna hand you.
Mundane for me, because that sounds like comfort or support.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's roll with it.
Oh yeah, the brain portal has closed. Sorry. Just to be clear, that was only open for a moment, and so after the 300 dead bodies closed.
Yo.
Oh, that's a full hit.
Yo.
Yeah, okay. Comfort or support. On a 10+, you can also add a team to the pool or clear a condition yourself, which is great because you have a condition of guilty. So go ahead and clear that. And then Riptide, you can either add a point of potential, which is like experience in the system, or you can shift a label up or down. So when you shift labels, you move one up and one down. So you can do that if you like. You don't have to. If you don't want to do that, you can just mark experience. So labels in the system are like stats in other systems, but what's very cool about Mask is a game all about how other people perceive you, or like, you know, the labels that people are putting on you. So the reason stats in this game are called labels is because, you know, when you have freak, it's people around you think, or you feel that other people think you're a freak. So when people comfort you and support you, that can change how you see yourself or how you think people see you. So that's why your labels can shift at various times in the game. And it's also the influence system, which we're not really messing with, but like that can also affect your labels in an interesting and cool way. So.
Okay, in that case, I want to move superior down one.
Oh God.
And mundane up one.
Okay, great.
And then I want to take the little kitty phone and clutch it to my chest and collapse on the ground sobbing. And I'm gonna choke out that phone was the only thing I've owned other than the things inside me since it happened. And I thought I'd lost it forever. Thank you. And I'm like ugly crying. I'm like snot coming out of me at the same velocity as tears, like making the like noise. And I'm not holding up any illusion. I just only look like the person who I look like with no borrowed parts from dead people.
I think I'm just gonna very awkwardly, just kind of very awkwardly, like pat, but like in a, you know, it's rough. Like, but also I'm like, this is bad. I think that what Yale means to say is like, I'm so sorry. You know, I'm sorry for your loss, or something comforting. What comes out instead is, holy shit, dude, you're so viscous.
I want to do like a shiver, like when you pet a cat's fur backward. And I want my entire body to become a sand sculpture of a person and then go back to being regular person. But I have all the hot borrowed parts again and I'm completely dry. And I'm just like Yeah, no, I'm cool. Thanks. Thanks for the phone. I'll let you borrow it sometimes if you need it.
Oh, teens. Fucking teens.
No, it's cool, man. You can keep it.
Whatever. Are you guys hungry?
Shit, yeah, I'm so hungry.
I'm hungry. I could go for some Inferno sauce. If you want some, I'll give you some.
I'm like a deflated balloon. I'm just depleted from holding open that brain portal. So I need the fortifying healing powers to talk about.
Let's scoop you into like a
Oh
like
my
a
god, yeah,
bag.
scoop me into a little bag.
Oh, I can turn one of my hands into a bottle, like a message in a bottle, and pop it open and just
Oh yeah, pour me
My-
right in there. Perfect.
but my hand has to remain a bottle the whole time you're in there.
Yeah.
Great. You. I'm in you.
Oh. Okay, you guys
can hear me quietly cackling, just like
okay, you guys head back to the Dark Side Taco Bell. Yale, you wanted to assess the situation, so go ahead and roll that while you look over these notes while you guys munch on your tacos.
Oh my god.
Crunchwrap Supremes and Doritos Locos and your.
I have a quadruple order of cheesy fiesta potatoes.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow. I'm just missing everything today. That is a 4, y'all.
Yikes! You have plus so many. Yeah,
I do.
2 ones, my dude.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, okay.
I'm telling
ask your
you.
bonus question, but you don't get the other stuff.
Ah, shit. Okay, well, I want you to know I apparently have failed every assess the situation roll I've done, but I've got my bonus question, so there's that.
I could not relate to that more as a person.
All right, fine. Let's do what is valuable to me here in these notes.
Oh boy. What's valuable to hear, and maybe this is the thing that you see that distracts you from everyone else, is you see a note in there somewhere. And I think maybe this is one of the first things you see, and that's why you can't quite process the rest of it. But you see a note that is, the shrink says, "It's such a shame that Harvard can't get past his own guilt and show Yale how much he cares for them."
Yeah, that's consumed my whole brain. Like, sorry, there's nothing useful in these notes. It's just that.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, no. So guys, the shrink wanted to know about what a sanctum, right? Does he mean like Taco Bell? Like,
this Taco Bell with my mouth full, chips falling out.
I mean, this shit is dope, but why would he want this Taco Bell?
I mean, it is the seat of power for the almighty X-ray.
But he's not here, though. It's just us, you know?
Do we all know who the Almighty X-ray is, or is it just someone who Erebus talks about a lot?
I think that's kind of up to Erebus. Like, what have you explained to them?
I mean, they know that I'm a creature of shadow that lives in the dark side of Taco Bell within the dentist's house. I don't know that they know how I came to be here, though.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think you just know that the Almighty X-ray is something that Erebus mentions, and that this will apparently, this is somehow related to it, but you don't know exactly how. Like when you first met Erebus, this place was overrun by these little sort of like shadow gremlins that were apparently somehow connected to the Almighty X-ray, but unclear how.
I just wonder if the Almighty X-ray could answer our questions.
Do you guys want to try to summon the almighty X-ray? Wait, no, that's your doom.
I mean, the thing is, every time we talk about this, I have to tick a box in my doom track, and now we're up to 4 out of 5. So
wait, what?
So you guys know.
Wait, what? No. Okay, hold on. You have to explain this because
When the doom track fills, it's not it's not bad until it's real bad, but since this is a one shot, it's fine. The thing is, as you clear once you fill the doom track, you get to take another ability. When you fill all the doom tracks, then your doom arrives. So, it's not necessarily bad per se,
but
that the doom track is filling, but
wait, but
It's bad because it's called Doom.
And how are we filling the doom?
Well, okay. So the thing is, there are multiple conditions that can trigger your doom. When we were doing character creation, the 2 that I secretly picked were for what brings your doom closer, showing mercy and talking about my doom openly.
Oh my God.
So we're doing really good
Whoops.
at summoning this.
Also, every time that you use your infinite powers move, you tick the doom track. So
Yes, that's how we have gotten there.
Whoops.
So I don't know what happens when we summon the almighty X-ray,
Okay.
is the thing.
All right.
Do we want to find out or do we want to avoid?
I mean, how's Erebus feel about it? What are you thinking, dude?
Does
So
answering
you
this
guys are just talking
question
about
count?
this at the Taco Bell table, right? Like you guys
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
so
I want to know if
sorry.
Erebus answering that question counts and ticks the Doom track.
Answering what? Sorry.
The question that EL just asked about how do you feel about that?
Oh. You tell me. Does that tick the trap? What do you think?
Yeah, and this is Erebus making this sound, and they're trying very carefully not to answer this or to choose how to answer this. And they're like, I feel bad about triggering my doom.
That sounds like you tick 4 more.
Yeah.
And you clear your track and take another doom sign.
Yes. Do I take the doom sign before or after confronting my doom?
You take it now.
Oh, okay. In preparation.
Your doom doesn't show up yet. You need to take your doom arrives doom sign.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have one more?
No, there's 5 abilities total. You're not going to get the doom is not going to arrive in this.
Okay. We're all just like
this is what I'm saying for a one
to...
shot. It's actually kind of fun to sort of speed run the dooms.
Yeah.
It's just like, is the doom gonna roll up at this Taco Bell?
Ooh, dark visions. Nice, good choice.
Yeah. So pick dark visions. Mark your doom track to have a vision about the situation at hand. After the vision, ask the GM a question. They will answer it honestly.
That is very sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you using it now?
Should I use it now?
I don't know. You took the move.
What does the Baja Blast tell you?
It seems, yeah, I stare into the Baja Blast and I'm entranced by the dulcet tones of Rez going in the background, and I sink down into the bubbly depths. And I have a vision about the situation at hand, which I think is the tangled web between the shrink and Mr. Dr. Dentist. And the sanctum?
Yeah. I think actually what you get is something you really didn't want to see. Something you didn't really want to think about.
Great.
And that is, you see the dentist's office and you see the chair fully reclined. And you realize that there's a cover over the chair that's normally there. Like there's normally like a leather snap-on cover that covers up the cushions and the table itself. And that has been removed. And underneath it are arcane sigils carved into the steel of the chair itself. And you realize the entire chair is a conduit. And you see that there's a figure on the table and restrained with a lead vest over their chest. And as you look closer, you realize that it's Kylie. Kylie's lying on the table, weighed down and pinned and unconscious. And you see a figure move the arm of the X-ray machine closer, also, and finish drawing an arcane sigil on the machine as well. And then it activates. And instead, you hear the click and the hum that you normally hear with an X-ray machine. And there's no light, but there is darkness as it pulls all of the light from the room. And it pulls all the light and the substance out of Kylie until there's only a shadow that's left.
And then Aramis completely like B-sods, blue screen of death, just like
Yep.
System.
Full reset.
Yeah.
You get to ask me a question though, and I will answer it honestly.
What does the shrink want with the dentist's sanctum?
The shrink knows that the dentist has done something terrible and that something has been plaguing him for decades. He doesn't know what it is the dentist has done, and he needs to understand it. And he wants to undo it if he can. It's unclear whether he's trying to save his friend, to stop his nemesis, or to take the power for his own. Even he doesn't know what his goal is.
For me, the salient detail there is that he wants to undo it. And I find that I quite like being a shadow demon. Thank you very much. I don't want to be undone, actually.
I think it's pretty clear that no matter what his goals are, y'all aren't going to like how he does it. I think he's made clear that his methodologies ain't great.
Not a fan, personally, no.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so where do we go from here?
I mean, you're back in the Taco Bell, and you're there. Kylie's behind the counter, listening to her Walkman. You have the resources of the sanctum, or the three of you can come up with a plan or do something from here. What would you like to do?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does a Taco Bell have a kitchen? Does it have a back room?
Yeah.
Hey, Arbus, you ever been to the kitchen in this Taco Bell?
No.
See, because like I've been thinking about it, right? This is a sanctum, but maybe there's an inner sanctum. Wouldn't that be the kitchen in a restaurant?
Or the stock room.
Oh, the stock room. We could go to the stock room.
Walk-in.
The walk-in.
Holy shit,
The
guys.
walk-in.
Let's go to the walk-in.
Do Taco Bells have walk-ins? Do they have anything perishable there? That needs to be refrigerated.
You
I
gotta
feel like
stack your
everything there is
cardboard
shelf
somewhere.
staple.
Oh no. I have to say, like, having worked in restaurants, the walk-in is the single most terrifying place in a restaurant to me.
Okay, but it's also where you can
Let's
go to
go.
cry.
And excellent for that. I have
Can
That's
you
where
get-
you take your weeping breaks.
Can you get out afterwards? I feel like it's always a roll of the dice. Do you guys want to go to the walk-in and see what's
What
inside?
sweet mercy to be trapped in there until the very bitter end.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Both-
let's go to the walk-in. Let's go.
Both personally and character-wise, I am trepidatious about the walk-in, but let's go.
Yeah, I think you guys head past the counter, and Kylie looks at him and goes, "It's employees only back here," but literally does nothing to stop you. Yeah, so you can go back and you go to the walk-in. There is a walk-in. It's a big heavy metal door with one of those like big latches on it. Yeah, do you pop it open and go inside?
Is there anything on the door?
No, it's one of those like metal. It's like kind of metal that's like bumpy for some reason. I don't know why it's like that. You know what I mean? But it's like a steel sort of textured door.
If everybody's comfortable with it, I'm okay with going in. Are we all good?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you open the door and there's like a blast of cold air. It is very dark inside. You can't see past the threshold. And then the three
I'm
of
gonna
you.
nudge Yale. Flashlight.
Flashlight on.
Yeah, boy.
You point it into the walk-in before you go in.
Yeah.
It disappears into darkness. You see nothing.
Oh no.
This is so good. This
Okay.
seems so good. This seems good.
I don't think I can go in there.
Oh yeah, because you only exist in shadow, not dark, not light. Okay. Um,
Can I try turning my face into a lighthouse? Top part? The top part of a lighthouse? What do you call that?
beacon.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, the light. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what to call it. Maybe a beacon. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
Only the light, no house involved.
The part that Willem Dafoe has a special relationship with in that movie.
Yeah. His little goo friend. Yeah, you turn into a bright light and shine it into the space. And it again disappears into darkness. But when you realize it's not like disappearing into a space, it's almost like it's hitting some kind of barrier. It's like there's no like solidity to it, but the light is stopping at a point, right? There's some kind of threshold here.
So if we take Airbus and we put them in a Taco Bell bag, like a paper one, with like a little light and
Flashlight.
like the flashlight and some other shit to make a shadow inside, we should be able to get you in. Right?
Sure. I love this rules lawyering. Let's go.
I mean, you're the one who only exists in shadow.
Or I guess the anti-rules lawyering. Yeah, let's do it. Put me in a bag.
All right, into the Taco
I love
Bell
they say
bag.
rules lawyering like this isn't a constraint that you made up, Kate. That you're the one who came up with this chaotic thing.
It's so good.
Okay, yeah, you put Erebus in a Taco Bell bag with a flashlight and I don't know, one of those Doritos Locos like standing shell things to create a shadow. Yeah, and you walk through this threshold and you experience a moment of like bone deep cold. And then you step through and you find yourself in a hallway at night. You all immediately recognize it. Well, Erebus, I'm not sure you recognize. Yeah, you do. We decided that you do. You all recognize it immediately as the high school. You are at school at night and you are standing outside of a classroom. Specifically, this is Henrietta Hawthorne's classroom. Can you guys tell me about who Henrietta Hawthorne is?
Ooh. Isn't she the one who teaches remedial apologies? And what social media? What was it? Social media image management?
Yeah.
Media image management and remedial apologies for budding superheroes.
This is a school for superheroes. It's the Halcyon Academy for Remedial Supers. And she teaches the social media class with a special segment on public apologies for all the times that heroes cause issues, either through verbal statements or destroying, public property or injuring a bystander. And Yale has failed this class 4 times now and is determined to do something about it in this moment and has brought his friends with him to do so.
Oh shit. Okay. I don't know if I want to go in there. Actually, I have a question. Is it nighttime in the real world too?
Yeah, I think it's probably evening by the time all this happens. Yeah.
Okay. So probably Miss Hawthorne's not in here, right?
Only one way to find out.
Okay, Rita, you're going first because if she sees me, that's it. Like, game's up. You got to go first. She likes you. All the teachers like you.
She loves me. I TA for her.
Oh.
I want to get in by turning into a flood of sand fleas that just all scuttle under the door. I'm doing it on purpose because I'm hoping that it's going to make the other two kind of upset because I'm still kind of spicy that they saw me crying before.
Okay. Yeah, unleash your powers. Roll freak for me, please.
You never.
I think it's unleash your powers because you're trying to do it in a weird way. I think that's why I'm making you roll for this.
No, I deserve. Well, hit roll. It's not doing it. Let's try again. There we go. 11.
Ooh, 11. Yeah, that's a full hit. Yeah, you slip under the door as a flock of sand fleas, and you find yourself in the classroom. Why did the three of you come here? Like, what was the plan?
I don't know. We were just walking through that big dark veil to find out what's on the other side. The inner sanctum.
But why did you come to Miss Hawthorne's room this night?
We didn't do it on purpose.
Is this a memory?
I mean, you're here for a reason.
We're trying to find
this was your dentist. Plan, right, Yale?
Hold up. Shit. Okay. All right. Hold up. Is this DongWon the GM or is this somebody else?
Hi. How can I help you? What do you need? Yeah, you're just here. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
So crazy.
Oh my god. This better not all be my
doing
this. Hey, what?
What was the plan? Why did you ask your friends to come with you to go to Miss Hawthorne's room?
Oh, I do remember this. Hey guys, sorry about that. Do you remember that first thing that we did together a long time ago, how we became friends? Remember the time I was like, hey guys, it'd be really fucking funny? Instead of writing apologies, we stole all the shit out of Miss Hawthorne's room. This was like...
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and then rearranged it elsewhere in the school in like tableaus.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was super fun. That was really cool. I did a really good job.
You did a fantastic job. We all did great jobs.
We were all there, yeah.
Also, that happened a while ago. So this is not the same moment, is it? Right now?
You're here. All our stuff's here ready to be moved. Are you going to move it or no?
Hey guys, does anyone else hear that?
I only hear you.
God damn it. All right. Fine. I'm just going to throw the door open. I'm push past Riptide, which is probably hard because I assume that he's like taller and buffer than me. I'm just going to
I'm still sand fleas. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's right. You're sand fleas. It's fine.
You push through a crowd of sand fleas.
Yeah, they're all going to crawl up your legs.
Yeah. I have those bites forever. All right. Yeah. Let's see. What's on the other fucking side?
I mean, you're in the classroom. Her desk is here. All of her papers are here. You can see her file cabinet with presumably the essay answers are in there. What did you want to do here?
My dad's not here, clearly.
No, there's no one else here right now.
Okay. This is so weird. Are you guys sure you can't hear anything?
I'm going to turn back into a person and be like, no, weirdo, just you.
I'm going to check the Taco Bell bag. Is Erebus in the... All right. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You want to come out?
What's the lighting situation in the classroom?
It's pretty dark in here. I mean, there's like a little bit of light coming from outside, just like ambient, like nighttime light, from street lamps and the moon or whatever the hell is. It's not real clear what it is, but there's some light coming through.
Okay. I sort of slither into a shadow, but it's a weak shadow, so I'm sort of like, about it.
Okay, so let me get this straight. There is Erebus's inner sanctum. Then there's a walk-in freezer, which led to a hallway outside of Miss Hawthorne's class. And now I'm hearing voices that you guys can't hear. Erebus, did you hear anything?
DongWon, did I hear anything?
No.
I did not hear anything.
Oh, fuck, man.
Why
Okay.
did you come here?
I'm looking for my dad. And if he's in the walk-in
No, why did you
freezer,
come here?
because it's illegal not to school your children?
You need to stop hiding from me.
I'm not hiding from him right here.
And you hear footsteps in the distance. All of you can hear the footsteps in the distance.
Okay, guys, this is bad. I think someone's here. Someone knows that we're here. They know I'm here. I don't know if they know you're here.
I think we gotta hide.
I think we gotta hide. You're right.
I'm gonna turn into a tiny shell without saying shit else.
Are you just in the ground?
Wow.
You hear
Okay.
like footsteps, like leather-soled shoes tapping in the hallway. You can tell it's like in the distance and it's coming towards you, and it's going to be turning the corner onto the hall in just a moment.
Is this gate familiar?
Why don't you roll for me?
Ooh, I love to roll. Let's see.
Yeah, give me a assess the situation roll or pierce the mask roll, one or the other.
Oh, I think Pierce the Mask is going to be a better statistically for me. So roll mundane. Let's see.
Ooh,
Well,
3's pretty rough,
Yikes.
dude.
okay.
Take the condition afraid.
Cool. Does this
You don't know why.
okay?
This
So
sucks.
does this feel especially portentous to me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna turn into Miss Hawthorne.
You're gonna turn into Miss Hawthorne?
I'm gonna use my illusion powers to make me look like Miss Hawthorne.
Okay, great. Hey guys, Miss Hawthorne's here now.
Hi.
You hear footsteps tapping, coming closer and closer. And you now see a light down the hallway, like a flashlight.
Okay. Well, I guess
What do
we're
you
just
do?
gonna.
I'm hiding.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you guys hide?
I'm on the floor.
Yeah.
Miss Hawthorne.
I'm gonna like the pile of dust in the corner or like the shadow at the edge of a lamp. I'm just gonna sort of like slither up into that little fuzzy sliver and be a weak little puddle.
I'm actually gonna summon a bunch of teeth and I'm gonna embed them in the popcorn ceiling.
Okay.
Just gonna put them in there just in case.
Okay.
Just in case I need them later.
Okay. You fill the ceiling with teeth.
Is this what you call in D&D ready in action?
Yeah. Where are you hiding? Are you hiding as well, or are you just pretending to be Miss Hawthorne?
I should probably hide. I think no. You know what? I'm gonna sit behind the desk and just pretend to be Miss Hawthorne. This is one of the worst plans I've had, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay. You hear footsteps coming closer and closer. There's like a tap, 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 and the light is getting brighter and brighter until it's incredibly bright outside this hallway. This is not a regular handheld flashlight. This is like it's like the light from a lighthouse, as if it was walking down the hall, filling this entire space with a bright, brilliant light. What do you do?
You know what? Fuck this. Actually, I don't want to be Miss Hawthorne. Like I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna turn myself into a. No, I'm gonna just like squish up tight next to a bookcase, become a bookcase.
Okay.
Illusion. become a bookcase.
You turn yourself into a bookcase. Riptide, you said you're in the middle of the floor, like right where you came in?
Yeah, I was hoping that someone would pick me up and put me in their pocket before they went and hid, but I guess they just left me here.
You have a voice you could have asked me to.
I was too busy using my incredible powers to transform into a seashell. It takes a lot of work to do something beyond an illusion. So, you
hear the footsteps coming up to the door. And you hear them like swivel on the linoleum floor, and the light turns. And the light falls on you first because you're there first. And it's incredibly powerful. It's bright and brilliant, and it pulls you out of yourself. It rips away your shell form and leaves your body there as you were on the day that you were transformed. And you are staring up into this bright, all-consuming light, and you blink and you realize you're staring at the sun. And it is warm and it is hot, and there's sand underneath your butt. As you are seated on the beach and you hear the waves lapping in front of you, and you have a bucket and a shovel and a half-built sandcastle in front of you.
How intricate is the sandcastle so far?
It's a solid base. You've done the preliminary work of building foundations and solid walls that you can start now doing the extra texturing and decoration on, and adding extra structure to.
Do I still have time to prevent what's going to happen from happening?
When does it happen? At the end of the competition?
No, my disastrous mistake during the sandcastle building competition is what makes it happen.
You haven't made the mistake yet, have you?
I mean, I think that I made the mistake right from the outset, but that's just...
Riptide, what did you do?
I built the sandcastle too tall. It couldn't sustain its own weight, and the collapse triggered the catastrophic meltdown of my parents' toxic waste company that caused the mass death at the beach at my senior year party.
It was going to be too tall. Why did you keep building?
Because I wanted to win.
Why do you need to win so badly?
So that anyone will love me.
Riptide, no one loves you.
Dr. Mr. Dentist loves me. Mr. Dr. Dentist loves me. And I go to reach for my phone so I can pull it out because it's the evidence that I have that he loves me. But I only have that little baby phone, huh?
Erebus, you are curled up in the shadow of a sandcastle as the sun beats down at a steep angle, making one very narrow slice of very dark shadow. You don't like being on a beach. It's pretty bad for you. What do you do?
I don't. I try to melt down and slide between the kernels of sand and diffuse myself in the pockets of air between the rocks.
Okay. Gail, you find yourself on a beach. I don't know how you feel about beaches. What are you doing here?
I think I'm holding a shovel, like a little sand shovel, and standing next to a sandcastle. It's not the same one that Riptide is standing next to, but I think that it's also not one I remember building because I wasn't there, right? But I'm definitely standing in front of a sand castle that I just know I built, even though I didn't.
Yeah.
And I think maybe 2 or 3 people down in this competition, I can see Riptide.
Riptide, are you still building? Have you stopped? What are you doing?
Of course I'm still building. I want to win.
Yeah.
And I'm building fast. I'm building real fast because I know that there's only so much time left before the competition's over.
Yeah, you can smell the crawfish boil coming, cooking, right? And you can tell it's not far from being done. And when that is served, that's the end of the competition. And you know that, they've already added the veg. It's almost there. It's not too far out. Erebus, you burrow down into the sand to hide from the light in, have, curled yourself up in pockets of darkness down there. You hear a sound, and it is the sound of a shovel cutting through sand and digging above you. What do you do?
Oh my God. Let's look at my moves real fast. I'm alarmed. I want to defend myself from the shovel.
Yeah, how do you defend yourself?
I would like to use hold please. Psychic constructs, or maybe vitality absorption, to basically cast a powerful psychic wave against whatever is digging at me.
Okay, that sounds like directly engage a threat.
Sure, let's do it. That is, I love to roll danger.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh boy, y'all are having a bad time.
I whiffed.
Yeah, I think you send a blast of psychic energy up, and unfortunately what you do is actually throw up all of the sand that you were hiding in and have actually unburied yourself, and the light
Fuck.
burns away all of the shadow around you, and you're forced to like curl up in a tiny sliver of space along the side of this thing as the sun continues to rise in the sky. So the space you have is going to keep shrinking.
Cool. I am extremely diminished and weak.
Riptide or Yale? Riptide, you're still building, but let me know if you want to do something about that.
I think I recognize what this is, right? It's hard to not recognize it. We also did just see you turn into a giant like crawfish boil. So I'm gonna leave my sandcastle and I'm just gonna I'm gonna hoof it to you, because I'm like, I have a bad feeling about this. Let's go. So I'm power walking to running towards you.
I think I'm gonna see you, and because I'm so lost in this like, immersive vision, this is gonna renew my sense of competition. And I'm gonna try and build faster. And then, DongWon, can I access my powers right now at all?
Sure.
Okay, I want to transform into sand and pile myself up on top of the sandcastle in like a sandcastle shape to try and build it out of myself before Yale gets to me.
Great. What are you trying to accomplish here? Is it just to build it? Like, what's the bigger narrative goal around doing this? Are you trying to prevent the thing that you know is going to happen? Are you trying to intimidate Yale? Are you trying to directly attack whatever is going on here? Whatever power is behind all of this. What's your goal? You get what I'm asking?
Yeah, well, I have a character motivation that's kind of opposite of a narrative goal. My character motivation is that I want to win the sandcastle competition. Like I'm really stuck in that. I'm so immersed in this moment that I'm like, I have to win. And then as a player, I'm trying so hard to trigger something bad happening. I don't know what it is, but I can feel that something bad is coming and I'm just trying to get there.
Don't worry, you're doing it. Roll freak for me, please. Let's see what happens.
Situational bonus or penalty?
None. That's a hit. You pile yourself onto the sandcastle, and you have so much experience controlling your form now. You have so much experience being sand, being different shapes, being all these things, and you have the memory of all the sandcastles that were on this beach from the day that you transformed. And you can take pieces of them and you build out a beautiful, glorious sandcastle that stands proud and tall And you're finished way ahead of everyone else, and there's no competition. You see all the other kids and teens look up and down the beach and look at yours, and they kind of lay down their shovels and look sad as they realize there's no way they're going to win. Well, Riptide, you did it. You won. Do you feel loved?
No, not at all. I feel empty. Who are you?
Someone who could love you.
What do I have to do?
Just give me a little bit of your power.
I don't
And
know
I
how
will
to do
give you
that.
so much more in return.
Yeah, I don't know how to give it to you.
I just need a little snack. Little sip from you and a little gift.
I don't know what I have to give you. I mean, other than, and I'm gonna have a little sand arm come out and point at Yale. Like, other than them, they're all I have in the world.
Oh yeah, that would do nicely. That would be perfect, actually.
But I can't give them to you. I mean, they're my only friend.
I could be your only friend.
I don't even know who you are.
I am power.
Can my sandcastle start slowly collapsing as I'm grappling with this? Can I roll reject influence to find out what I do with this?
I don't think we reject influence necessarily, because this isn't somebody trying to pull influence on you.
Can I roll flat 2d6?
Yeah, you can roll a flat 2d6. Yeah, actually, you know what? This is a heavy blow. Roll to take a powerful blow. So up by conditions, that top left thing.
Oh, I was going to try and take I am not my body because I'm not in my physical form. But it says you can roll as if you had 2 fewer conditions marked. And I don't have any conditions marked.
Yeah.
So can I not use that?
I mean, you could, but there's no real reason to.
Well, but I can roll freak if I do that.
Oh, yeah, then go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 9. So on a 9, on take a powerful blow, you choose one. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions. Pick one.
Oh, I'm going to mark 2 conditions for sure.
Okay, what 2 conditions are you marking?
Hopeless and insecure.
Okay.
Because my sandcastle is collapsing and I'm going to choose to fully let it collapse. I want to like form my own face out of sand and be like, no, in the sand face.
Yeah.
And then turn to the, I hope slightly bigger shadow now, and also to Yale and just yell, run.
What do you 2 do? Yale and Erebus.
I am 100% running, but I'm going to run as fast as I can towards you because fuck this. Like, this shit's not real. Probably. And also, like, this looks bad. Like, this is some bad shit.
You see, the sun is no longer a sun. The sun is now a face and is looking down on you from upon high. But as you see it, this, it's almost like that the sun is very large because it's very far away. And what you realize is that it's a lot closer than you thought it was because it's a lot smaller than you thought it was. Because it's the size of a person, and it's the size of a person who is standing at the edge of the water. and that person is walking towards you.
I'm gonna look for Erebus. I'm gonna like put the Taco Bell bag, which I guess I still have.
Yeah, sure. You still have the Taco Bell bag.
Sure, I'm gonna put it on the ground and be like, I don't know where you are. You need to get inside. And then I'm just gonna start digging into the sand with my hands, trying to get you out.
Roll defend for me, please, as you're trying to defend.
Oh no. Okay. This is rough because that's my -1. Let's roll with it. This is gonna be rough. Haha, that is a 4, baby.
That's a 4. Okay.
I've been failing with my +2 this whole time.
Yeah, y'all are having some rolls tonight. Hey, Erebus, your friend Yale comes over with the Taco Bell bag and starts trying to shuffle you into it. And Yale, as you run over, you realize you've caught this figure's attention, and it turns its face towards you, and its face is just a glowing beam of light. And as the two of you are bathed in this light, sort of mid-moving Erebus out of this sliver of shadow and into the bag, the light hits you, and you feel yourself pulled apart again. And you are pulled back into physical form. Your body, lying on a dentist chair, carved in arcane runes, trapped under a lead vest.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't like it here. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I want to try to escape the chair.
Okay. How do you want to do that?
Wait a minute.
You all still have your abilities and powers, right? So I think to use it to escape the chair, you would have to roll Unleash Your Power, but you can't. Or directly engage the threat, whatever you want to do.
I'm trying to decide what to do because again, the character / narrative motivation at loggerheads here. Erebus wants to remain a shadow person. If that means, we go through the cycle again of getting hit with the X-rays and turn into shadow, that's good. But I don't know if...
Well, I think what happens here, let me do this and then you can figure out the second part of this, which is you hear a voice, and that voice says, "This is where you died. I can undo that. I can put your power back into you and the life back into you so that you wouldn't be just a burnt up little crisp of a nothing."
Can I provoke someone?
Absolutely.
I want to... Oh my God, I have to roll superior. Come on. Okay. I want to sort of strain against the bonds and lash out at the voice and say, I'm not nothing.
Okay, go for it.
I'm perfect. Superior though. Okay, let's go. I missed.
Man, y'all, I just need you to roll any successes.
I'm just not, I'm like Tinkerbell. I'm not believing. No one's believing hard enough, including me.
Yeah, no. You say I'm perfect, and you just hear like a low chuckle, just like, you keep telling yourself that. But I've already taken everything that was good from you. I can give
better
it back.
This way.
You're nothing. You don't even exist.
That's better. That's good. That's what I want. I don't want to exist.
Then stay that way. And you feel something lift you out of the chair. And you find that you are, it's like a hand pulls you out of the shadow form out of the body, and you see the body just sort of go limp on the bed. And you find that you are being held aloft by a tall, thin figure with a glowing light for a face. And this close, you finally put it together, that this is the dentist. The dentist is holding you. And this light shining from his face, you recognize as well. That is the almighty X-ray. It has infused its power into him fully and has taken him over. But you also see at the edges of him, it is burning him out. You can see like bits of him starting to crack and flake off and light seeping out from behind it. But as he holds you, he turns and throws you and casts you out into darkness. You pass through the walls and into void, and you hear a voice say, "Then stay there."
Ooh. Now that I know, now that my character knows that this is Mr. Dentist for sure, I want to change my mind. Because I'm influenced by Riptide and Yale, and they're the only people who can see me and who talk to me and who are my friends and who want to be friends with nothing. And even though Mr. Dentist is what made me who I am, he's important to them. And I don't want him to be burned out by the almighty X-ray. I want to save him for them.
Okay. Roll Unleash Your Powers for me, or directly engage a threat. I don't know. Roll something. Tell me what you roll.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm doing this another way. Roll Take a Powerful Blow.
Take a powerful blow? Hell yeah. That's conditions.
Because that's what this is. That's what is you throwing. That's what, X-ray throwing you out into the darkness is.
Okay. Yes, let's go.
That's an 8. So on a 7-9, choose one. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions. The other thing I want to
struggle past the pain.
Oh, the other thing I want to say is that Gail and Riptide, you do find yourself outside the room as all this is happening. I think you're coming to and you see a bright light shining behind the dentist door, and you can hear voices from inside. So you struggle past the pain. What 2 conditions do you take? You can also change it with that information if you wanted.
No, I'm going to take angry and guilty.
Okay, great. Okay. So I think as he goes to throw you, you reach out at the last minute and sort of latch onto his arm, and you're like a little like seed of darkness, almost like wrapped around his arm and like trying to hang on for dear life, and he can't quite shake you off. And you have a moment here to do something, or the people outside the room have a moment to do something.
I mean, bright lights cast really hard shadows. Mm-hmm. So I'm, can I either unleash my powers or pierce the mask?
You could do either one of those. What do you want to do?
Fuck. Looking at my powers real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to unleash my powers, and I want to use vitality absorption to absorb all the light.
Okay, great.
And take the almighty X-ray from the dentist.
Okay, roll Unleash Your Powers.
Any situational bonus or penalty for me there, DongWon?
I got nope, you're rolling this one straight, kiddo.
The dice will decide my fate.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, let's go!
Yo, that's an 11. That's a full hit, my dude. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Hey, you know what's one thing that you wrote on your character sheet? You said under relationships, I told the shrink all about my doom and the danger I'm in. I'd love to kiss the almighty X-ray before my doom comes.
I'd like to kiss my doom.
You kissed your doom. I think you reach up and you kind of latch onto its face and you embrace the X-ray. And the darkness of you pulls the light in. All these other times that the light has been pulling things out and leaving only the shadow behind, it forgot that that emptiness is also tangible. It believed there was nothing left, and that's not true. Absence isn't nothing, absence is absence. And it pulls the vitality of the almighty X-ray into you. Not all of it, but enough of it. And it's split up as it pulls a massive amount of the power into yourself. You see Mr. Dr. Dentist stumble backwards and collapse, his eyes still glowing, still light and sort of smoke seeping out of the edges of him as you are filled with this brilliant incandescent light. I think the two of you now come in through the door and you see this in front of you. You see Erebus standing there, no longer a shadow, but a figure of pure glowing brightness. Yale, you see your dad on the ground, riptide. You see the dentist lying there, and you see your friend standing there. And then the last thing that's important here is that Erebus, when you turn and look at your friends come in, you find yourself seeing through them in the way that you do, now empowered by the vision of X-ray. And you see the outlines of them, the bones of them, and you can see, Riptide's true shape inside of the shape-shifting form. And more than that, you can see a piece of yourself hidden inside of Yale, a tiny fragment of the X-ray, a tiny fragment of the power that has dwelled forever or for decades inside of the dentist, also dwells inside of Yale. And I think we're just going to end there. You have saved the dentist, not entirely. He's still tied to this fate in some way. You are transformed in some massive way, which I don't know how to represent mechanically. And if we do another session, we'll do that. And, you see the last thing revealed, which is that the dentist accidentally passed down the power that he'd absorbed, that he'd tied himself to, into Yale, and had been looking for a way to undo that, which led him down darker and darker and darker paths until he was fully consumed by his quest.
We did it, guys.
Did it.
Holy shit.
Sorry we ran long, but we got there.
Oh my God.
Y'all kept failing rolls.
Hi.
Oh my God.
I was going to be like, whose fault is that? I was like, it's our fault.
But you know what? The dice came through at the end. They believed in the narrative.
They did.
Yeah.
They came out through a beautiful full hit. And you
Dice
guys
knew
just
when they needed to show up.
that was super fun, y'all.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great time.
That was incredible.
Really great, you guys. I love playing with you. It's so fun.
Yeah, this is such a good group. Thank you, chat, for
lighthearted
coming
time
and
together.
for donating. We really appreciate all of you. This has been super fun to do for y'all. And yeah, I think that's it. Brandon?
Evaporate.
Well, why don't you guys tell people where they can find you online and anything you want to promo before we sign out here. So, Sarah, you want to go first?
Yeah, again, I'm Sarah Gailey. You can find me online. I'm on social media much less now than before. My handle is Gailey Frey, spelled like my last name followed by Frey. You can also subscribe to Stone Soup, my newsletter, the link to which is on all my social media. And you can pre-order my upcoming novel, Just Like Home, coming out this year, which is spooky scary, or my comic book collection, Eat the Rich, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Thank you. Alyssa?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Crash Wong. Crash is like, and Wong is in my last name. And I'm currently writing Star Wars Dr. Aphra, the comic series. And I also have a brand new series, miniseries launching in like a week or so on the 16th. It's the new Iron Fist comic. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, come read it.
When's that out?
That comes out on the 16th, which is not this week, but the next, right?
Yes, I believe so.
I'm good at math and time.
Okay, Kate.
You can also find me on social media. My handle on Instagram and Twitter is Kate Dollarhide, and then I have a website. It's also katedollarhide.com. I don't have anything super momentous to promo at the moment, but hopefully I will soon.
Cool. Yeah, and I'm DongWon. You can find me on Twitter at DongWon, DongWon. And I have a newsletter called Publishing is Hard that I promise I will send out an update for soon. It's been a minute. But yeah, and you can subscribe to that for free. And I think that's it. Again, thank you guys. Thank you, Brandon, for hosting, and thank you to Bag Giving for having us on. This has been a blast. And thank you again to everyone who's donating to the great causes.
Too many settings. And okay, I just have to do that. There we go. I have all my settings figured out. And so I think all you can hear is me now, hopefully. Who knows? But yeah, just to reiterate what DongWon said, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And for people who donated during our stream tonight, we're up to $320 donated to our charity this month, which is absolutely bonkers. And I very much appreciate that. I know Mike does as well. He's been in the chat. So seriously, thank you to everybody for tuning in and for supporting our cause this month. Please spread the word. Yeah, keep playing games and being good to each other and stay safe and all that. And we will see you on February 28th for our next game, which will be Avatar Legends with a bunch of awesome folks. Yeah, so keep an eye out for that later on. And thanks again to DongWon and Sarah and Alyssa and Kate for joining us. This was awesome. I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to turn off the stream. You all have a good night, and we'll see you next time.